All right, so now I think talk.
Hello, hello. Can you hear us?
All right, so I think
Good
we're back on
morning.
here. I am not sure what happened there, but we've been talking, y'all. I think our sound was having a little bit of a blip there. I'm not sure what happened,
Well, shit.
but we're back.
Hey, can y'all hear us? I guess so.
So let me give you a really fast rundown of everything we've been talking to you about that you couldn't hear. We need to get a mod in here, at least one, probably two. If anybody's interested, just let us know, and we will do that. So basically, the mod that we're looking for is really just somebody to be present and welcoming, and kind of have the conversation, which everybody pretty much does anyway. But that way, we'll have somebody at least that's able to look. But so we'll be looking over that and making a choice on that in the next couple of days. Also, dogs are going to go crazy here in a minute. Miss Joy is on her way.
And they will go nuts.
And I'm looking here where Rook has taken both copies of the notes that I gave him.
I did no such thing. These were there, like a gift.
No, all those 50,000 pages were there. This one was not. Rude thief.
Oh, this is...
We do. In paranormal, I would love to. It's not going to be, I think, anything different. I just didn't want to throw that on you because a lot of people just want to kind of come in and sit and enjoy it. But we do need to have some modding in place to a degree. I doubt. Hopefully, it won't take too much time or energy. But yes, I would love to do that. We will give you that as soon as I figure out how to do it.
Yeah. And I just said I hope everybody's doing well, and I certainly hope no one's had to slap a hoe this early on a Sunday.
It's just lovely.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out what the commands are.
Oh, thank you, Paranormal Witch.
Always, yes. Got quite a few topics today.
What's everybody doing for the weekend? Anything for the holiday tomorrow? Grilling, cooking out, hanging out with family, hanging out with friends? Thank you, Paranormal Witch.
I know I'm not, well, we're not, as far as I know, really planning anything. I know there's a lot of talk with Memorial Day about it not being a happy holiday, but, and no, I mean, it's not happy enough why we have it. However, it's still a holiday. It's still a celebration. A celebration of dogs.
Hold on, guys.
Oh, the park is fun.
No.
Miss Joy is here. Woohoo.
Everybody back. Get back. No.
Everybody has something to say. I'm gonna mute just for. All right, so sorry about that. I mean, you're gonna hear the dog. That's fine. Like the rooing. Those are the pretty sounds, right?
Yeah, that's the hello.
That's the hello love.
Pack, I know who you are, Pack.
But they will chill out shortly.
Yeah, they already have.
Looks like lots of people going to the park and stuff, and that'll be fun. I don't know that we're doing really anything. I think our whole goal is just going to be to chill out.
No, I don't.
So, but yeah, so you know, our dogs are really good at letting us know when something's happening. But God forbid if they actually somebody broke in, they would just roll over and let them rub your belly. So today, just to get a real quick review of what we're going to be talking about, we do have a tarot deck we're going to talk about. We're going to mention a little bit about Letha and talk a little bit about Letha since that's the next upcoming Sabbath. We're also going to talk a little bit about the moon and where the moon is right now, and the Esbat coming up tomorrow, actually. We're going to do a shameless plug for our series that we have been working on with shadow work, and the tarot shadow work by Jetty. I forgot her first name already. We're going to talk a little bit about the next full moon and then the coming new moon, and we are going to hit a couple of news topics until we get going. So some pretty interesting stuff going around that I had fun with. So I'm trying to think. Any other topics anybody wants to bring up, of course? Just throw them in. Rook is in there with Joy getting our coffee ready, so we do plan at 11 o'clock on the dot. We'll open up this video, even though we kind of had some mess this morning. I actually have 3 tarot decks in front of me, and I'm going to talk about all of them in a row. One this week, and then next week, and then the week after, because they're all related. Although more accurately, it's 2 tarot decks and an oracle. So yeah, that'll be fun too. I have been having a lot of really good, just impactful, personal traveling, I should say, for lack of a better term, with Rook. And we've been really spending some very specific time on going through that shadow stuff, so that's been kind of fun.
Oh, I have some. Ooh, I need to talk to you about something, but afterwards.
Ooh.
After.
All right. Well, we are live. We go live 15 minutes early. We're just not on the video, just on the sound.
Oh, okay.
So.
It smells good. We got the
Pardon me too.
the blends going. Oh,
I have to be a little light on the blends today.
why?
I am hungover.
Someone drank a little too. Many libations.
I'm laughing because you did it to yourself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no complaints. I just I'm feeling a lot better already this morning, but
What kind of libations
I did pretty good. Like, and he helped getting water between each one, but I think like when I was done drinking, we just literally went pretty much to sleep, and that's I think where I made the mistake. But oh yeah, no, I've thrown up this morning. I've had all the
Oh, really? It's a bad one then.
it's a bad one. Although now I'm feeling pretty good after eating some banana nut bread.
Oh, okay.
Dragon Dancer says, "Good morning, Joy." Hi, Joy.
But I'm feeling much better.
Okay, so I bought some carrot zucchini bread from the next from the book.
From Letha?
Yes, and some brie, and the brie will help you because
I love brie.
And it's triple cream brie. So
The smellier the cheese, the better. Although brie's not a really smelly cheese.
no,
It's just
the
it is
smelly
an acquired
ones,
smell for what it is. It's not strong. First time I ever ate brie cheese, nobody told me to not eat the rind.
You eat the rind.
I don't eat the rind.
Why?
It's just that part I can't stomach. Oh.
That's the best part
That's
of
the worst
it.
part of it.
No, that's the whole part of the cheese process.
Well, yeah, but you don't.
Yes, you do.
Wax is a part of making cheese too, but you don't eat the wax.
It's not part of it.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It's encasing it. It has nothing to do with.
Ugh, disgusting. Terrible.
So do you like blue cheese?
I love
then?
blue cheese.
Okay.
Yes. I love all.
So that's mold.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I have no problem eating mold. As long as
Well,
it tastes
the
good.
rind is part of the mold.
Yeah, but it doesn't
process.
taste good. It's got a bitterness to it that I just don't like. But I like. I mean, every kind. There's. I don't think I've found a type of cheese that I just don't like. Like, which is a problem too in and of itself. But I pretty much will eat anything. Even we made our. We've been making our perpetual stew.
I know. I asked
And we've-
what kind it is.
We have decided like we're gonna make it an entry in our grimoire each week of the
Okay,
lineage
yeah,
of the
yeah.
stew. And one of the things that we were talking about yesterday.
Minestrone.
Well, chicken stroni is what we're calling
Oh,
it.
chicken
Okay,
stroni.
well, yeah. Minestrone means first vegetables.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
Mhm.
exactly what it means. So you're
It-
kind of in cycles now.
It came out
Um,
so much better than all of them are coming out better than we anticipated every time. It's nice. The one thing I would like to do differently
You're
is
thinking.
I'd like
You're
to.
thinking.
I want to eat more vegetables. That's what I'm.
Okay.
thinking about.
Okay.
I want us to source
When
them
you
a little
said
bit
that.
better.
Yeah.
So like the farmers market or the
Yes.
the flea market, flea
Yes.
masters, when they have that stuff out, is
Get
what they have and cook it.
I'd love to go to the farmers market that you have down here.
The red one?
Yeah.
I can't. We're gonna go probably like Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. or something, because that crowd just freaked me out.
Well,
Although
they have
it was a holiday time, so
The
it
best
was,
honey too.
Yeah.
You're talking about the new one, the
The
store.
one, yeah, the one, the big one that you went to.
Mm.
I have not been there, and
But
that's
so I don't forget. One of our ideas, and then we gotta go live because we're already 2 minutes over. But we had 5 minutes where we didn't have our sound working properly, so that's fine.
go.
We want to do or consider, like how we could do a perpetual style stew as a Keith.
Okay, that's
So
easy.
like everybody makes their thing, and then they bring it together, and then somebody kind of like carries the torch or carries the coal when they make things for ritual. They will include that 8 ounces of whatever that soup
Oh
was
wow,
that was frozen.
that's
So it seems something neat that
yeah, that sounds a really good thing.
like
to,
this will be like a 20-year-old stew. I know every time. Oh. I'm gonna go live
Go
with
live.
the video just so
Go
it's
live.
up.
Go live. What are we
So far, I
talking
see Paranormal and Dragon Dancer, and it's so far away.
about? So we're talking about
There we go.
Sabbats and Esbats.
Hello. We did call. We did not call corners today, which is fine because.
Okay.
You afraid of it?
I don't know how to do it. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Good morning.
Well,
Yeah,
we're not
let
doing
me
it.
do it.
we're
I
not
can
doing-
do it.
We're not doing it with the knife. You just
Oh.
twist
Yeah,
it away.
it's like whack off.
Yeah.
And then
You
pull it.
should
well.
put a cloth over it. It's been pretty. Yeah,
Ooh.
it's nice and cold.
And anybody that would like, Brian probably will not. But would you like some?
I'll
Yeah.
take like
A little
very
bit?
teeny amount.
You know, it's the hair of the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to every time I would go out drinking, and I was very, very bad, and alcoholic runs in my family, so I really try hard to stay away from it, getting that drunk. And last night I was pretty drunk, but I wasn't like out of control drunk. It was controlled. But the problem was, just stopping so quickly afterwards and going to sleep. Usually, if I stay up long enough to where I'm kind of like sobering up and feeling good, I'll be all right. But I did not do that
Oh,
last
wow.
night, and I paid for it.
This is cool. Now I get to really see the.
Just trying to see how far out it goes. Yeah. So we're doing it a little bit different, obviously. We're still inside. Main reason is that way our dogs can still stay around us once they've calmed down. Outside, they get too hot way too fast.
Yep. Yeah.
But we do want to still do some outside. We're thinking if we get a good storm and it coincides with the time, we're going to go straight outside and do it from out there. But yeah,
Oh, they calm down really quick
they
this
do.
time.
They're getting better.
Yeah, I'm a regular now, I guess.
Well, you have been. Finn's just riling everybody up.
Yeah.
Finn and Tina. Our first topic, and I'm gonna wait for Rook before we do any topics, but yeah, so we just thought like that would be a good thing to do, and we're gonna like, I wanna do and put a little bit more of those things in together because I feel like they
will bring us together more.
And I mean, think about it. If that was in somebody's freezer for the last 2 years, it would be a way to just immediately pull out and reconnect everybody
Right.
again on a meeting. Like it just made sense.
Yep.
And I want to be able to 10 years and 15 years from now, maybe say like, look, we've had this stew going for 15 years. You know. So.
No, I think that's that's a great tradition to start.
I really would love to do an actual perpetual stew where it stays hot all the time. But
Hey, no.
animals, fire, you're not. Yeah.
We're not in that.
We're not
We don't
able.
have.
No, that's not a flute, but we have 2 flutes.
Oh, that's more than enough. Thank you.
Mademoiselle?
Thank you, darling.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I think this is going to be a new thing. We're going to have some kind of sweet bubbly every Sunday.
Okay.
Well, I guess we should wait for him.
Come on, you.
Yeah, I'll cheers, but we'll wait.
Get what?
Just go on without him.
Hey, garçon.
Come on, Junior. We got to get rolling.
The bubbling ones for some in the morning. I just think
Oh,
they're so
it's-
good.
It makes you happy.
Oh yes.
Cheers to each other and cheers to everybody.
And
Salud.
and to solstice.
And to solstice.
Listo.
Let me move that
That's pretty
because
good.
I see that going right
No,
in your face.
no, it's fine.
This
No,
one?
I'm absolutely.
Isn't she supposed to be going down?
It is going
does?
down.
Oh, that's a lot coming up.
Yeah,
That's
but
from this one. This is going down a lot. I can see it over here.
isn't that cool?
It is.
thought
I love it.
She was
I love
cool.
that.
I don't have one of those. I
We have
don't
a
have
couple
a
of-
down one.
We have a
Do you
couple.
like the backflow? Those?
Yes,
You
I
like
do.
They're pretty, but there's
Yes.
the scent. It's hard to find like a good
Yeah.
backflow cone. And when you do find a really good one, they're handmade, which means they're really hard to get right. So
Well, that just means we have to make them. Get better at
thank you,
making.
Paranormal. Yeah, it's
Is that Iris?
It's
No,
definitely
that's
bright.
Ma. Hello,
Oh.
Ma.
if you guys look
Oh, baby.
kind of like to Rook's back left, I think is where you would see it on stream. Right where his elbow is, that's one of our bamboo protectors. We have 2
Oh,
of them that we
okay.
got from our from Flea Masters. The lady that makes them in there in that corner, she makes things out of bamboo. It's where we got our rain stick from. You know, the
Oh,
6-foot rain
yeah.
stick and all that. And we got these 2 guys, and they're
I could see
freaking
Joy
awesome.
with a rain stick.
Um,
Oh, I could see you doing.
But aren't they
some
cute?
stuff.
You know, I don't have. Well, I have my drum. I have my ocean drum,
Oh,
but it's different from the rain.
I want an ocean drum.
I just
Of
love
all
the
the
rain.
sounds that Anna does, the one that has the piece of wood with the trickling wood hitting, that's the one that I that puts
and
me zen.
She had the last
like immediately.
the last sound.
You guys are
circle.
matching. Blue and blue.
Hey, you got some blue.
Yeah, you got blue.
I've got blue and yellow
yellow.
too, a little bit. Yeah.
I chose that on purpose. We were looking to we need blues, yellows, or sea, land, and air. Sea, land, and
Okay.
sky
Okay,
today.
I'm good with that.
Of course. I would.
I'm so good with that. I saw your podcast last night. I watched it.
The Malice Experience one,
Yes.
the drunk one.
Yeah. Well, you weren't. You
I do well on
didn't-
stream. It
You
gets-
know, I couldn't have.
Well,
I didn't tell.
funny
I
enough
couldn't
on
tell.
that one, the whole purpose of doing the Malice Experience last night, and I told him as soon as he opens up, he always complains, and if he's in here, I wish he was to hear me say this because it's so true. He complains all the time that you don't talk enough, you're too quiet, you don't say anything, and it's true because I don't when I'm interviewing.
You don't
When
give
it's-
you a chance.
Well, when it's just the 2 of us, when it's just me and him, we can get really good backdoor stuff here on video. We get really good backdoor, but when there's a 3rd person on, like I want to hear what they have to say, and I get engrossed in
Exactly.
listening, so I just stopped talking. So I said my goal today is to interrupt you, and so I did multiple times, and I felt good about it.
He's not like that normally. He normally just talks, no problem.
That's actually not true at all. I self-identify if I interrupt you, and I stop myself, unlike somebody else I know that's sitting next to
Oh,
me.
good coffee, good coffee, good coffee.
We got plenty.
I know.
Now, why is she changing the subject when it gets bad about you, but not
I
me?
love
Right.
her. Oh,
I feel a certain kind of way. I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, last night was a really good one. I like the topics that we're doing right now and the ongoing part of it.
Yeah. Is okay. So it's a continuation.
Yeah, that was the 3rd like installment. I should say. I fanboy out with our first guest. I think we just picked that top. He talks about a lot. There's a lot of trauma in his life, and I think everybody's really But he talked about a lot, and then we ended up getting one of our guests on who is a nurse, and obviously I
Right.
connect really easily to nurses.
Right.
And then it just got a lot of the shadow work things rolling and the trauma things rolling, and so we're doing our own series now. Since we're apart,
Well, this is
it's good, isn't it?
You like
this is well, yeah, because it's not sweet.
It's actual champagne and
Yes.
it's dry.
And see, I was thinking, oh gosh, the one we had last week was sweet, and I was like, oh, this isn't sweet, but it's good.
No, this is
I
this is
prefer it less sweet. I like dry.
this is
This is a
this
good
is
flavor.
yes. This is what was it, Corbel?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it looked like a
Okay.
Corbel bottle.
I like Corbel, and I like the other plain was just Martini and Rossi Asti.
Mhm.
That Asti is really good for mimosas.
The sweeter one.
We should
Mm.
have
Well, it's a
mimosas
little sweeter,
next
but-
time.
Yes, we should. We should have mimosas at our solstice.
Ooh.
That'd be
Yeah.
very good for
Yes.
solstice. Definitely a solar drink. But we're doing another series that I wanted to plug too that we're calling Eclipsing the Shadow.
Okay.
We made its own intros and outros. We added Finn to our outro finally. I'm so excited about that. But we're literally working through, and it's funny because somebody else has been posting. We've been talking a lot about this book called Tarot Shadow Work. Is it Christine?
Jetty. Yes.
Christine. I keep wanting to say Christine Jetty, and I wasn't sure if that was her first name or not.
That's
The
right.
books you can't really get it anymore. It's not in print. You can
Okay,
only like
'cause
bid on it.
I haven't seen it.
Our friend has it posted in one of her forums, and we're using it to kind of work through that process.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's really nice. But we're doing that in series while I'm in the hotel and he's here, and we're just doing that remote.
Okay, cool.
Back and
so
forth, kinda like
what
me and
is
Alice
it?
do, but-
Working through the tarot
Working through shadow with tarot.
with tarot. Okay, in a from major arcana full to the whole story.
See, that's
or-
how I've done it, and we talked about this.
Yeah.
That's how I did it. This is different. She has a whole different process. It's much more spread based,
Okay,
which
see,
I like.
Caitlin's deck, the Arthurian tarot, that's
Do I have
is
that one?
Hallow Quest. I think you do. Hallow Quest is all about each card is a path working
Mhm.
and going through the different series, and it's deep it's really deep. But like wow, mind opening.
I'll have to get the name of that from you today and look. That might be something.
Yeah,
I
but
like.
so our series.
I actually have the deck and the Hallow Quest book course because I don't know whether it's in print anymore, but I do have it.
Yeah, and that the thing really is, there's so many different ways to go through it. So our idea was to do Eclipsing the Shadow because we started it with the moon. That's just when it started for
Right.
us. And there's never not going to be some shadow work to do.
Right.
It's always a thing. It'll cycle, of course, in and out, but we're going to do it with this book first and just see how it feels so we can give people feedback. Say, hey, this is how it worked for us. This is what we learned. And we're going to be honest, and we're sharing our personal stuff on the shadow, and then we're going to go into another book or another process.
Are
and
you
just
finding
roll it.
the collective shadow is different from your personal shadow, or does it interact?
All of them are interactive right now.
Uh-huh.
Like everything to me has been exactly lined up, and I think it's part of why, the trauma topics are coming up so much for
Yeah.
us. And I wish I had. I'm going to go get my notes because I was reading something at the exact time I was reading. It was also the exact time that the shooting was occurring in
Oh.
Uvalde,
Well,
and
I didn't know about
And it
that
literally
until
said-
the next day because I don't go
Yeah.
on TV or anything, and then Facebook blew up about it and going,
Yeah.
what?
and see, we didn't
Oh.
really notice it right
and,
away
and I
either.
didn't feel it because usually things like that we're sensitive to, and I did not feel it.
I can't say too much about it, but at the same time, that occurring immediately, our life was usurped by the same kind of threats happening at work. I got multiple,
Really?
like that, this past week of threats at work.
So there
Not
has to
personally,
be
at our
something
locations.
connected
There's-
to all that.
Like immediately,
there is,
we're
and-
having all
and-
kinds of threats all of a sudden that we haven't had in years.
And that's why we want to do the rainbow ritual.
I like that.
We're going to dancer. I want to join you this evening, so send me your stuff.
And yes, Paranormal Witch, yesterday was an interesting topic. And I don't think she'll mind, but one thing that Scarlett said that I really liked was how you know, you may not have a big major trauma, but a lot of little T's or little traumas can affect you, you know, big. So little things, you know.
It's those triggers, and you
Triggers.
don't even know until suddenly you start, your demeanor changes, and you start going. For me, I know I'm in shadow, and I know this well enough because I've worked my shadow. I know when I start getting the head chatter, the well, you should have done this, and you know, you could have said that, and that happened, and why? That's immediately. I know I'm in shadow, and I have to step back and say, "Shut the hell up, head. I need to figure out why this came up."
Yes, the idea for group Keith's do.
Cool.
Anyway,
Right.
I got this out. This is my notebook of what we're doing currently, and I wanted to add something that was important in one of the other books I'm reading that I'm trying to work through. And it is I don't agree with a lot of this book. It's by Robert Johnson, I think is his name. It's Owning Your Own Shadow. There's a lot of key symbolism and things that I don't agree with, but many things I do. And basically, the thing that stuck out when I was hearing about Uvalde was, any repair of our fractured world must start with the individuals who have the insight and courage to own their own shadow.
Yeah.
So it's literally, if you're not feeling the collective shadow, I think that's okay, because that means you just need to work on your own thing.
Right.
But it is always connected. It's always part of it, and you can't divorce the two. And that's been a really, really important piece of it. So. But yeah, last night's conversation was really good. We got off topic a lot. So that should be on the Malice Experience. Mr. Malice, just like it
No,
sounds.
I'm glad that you sent the post.
Oh, yeah.
Because I didn't
posted.
know that if I had to tune into a different channel, and I'm not that techie, but when that came up, it was like, yay! Thank you, my brothers!
And I love that biker witch. That's a cool guy.
Yeah. Well, all of our
That's
guests
neat,
have been really
yeah.
amazing, but last night was a good one. We went for hours, and really just because it's authentic.
I didn't
Authentic
get to
and
the
organic.
end. I did save it, so
I think
I'll
we
have to go back.
we probably digressed pretty far, or devolved a bit. But yes, those. You know, it's tough every week. It's been 2 years, I think, just about that we've been doing the podcast. Well, maybe not full 2 years, but definitely more than a year, because when we had the fire, it had to have been close to 2 years. When we had the fire
What
at the Grove, the last big bonfire with all of us there.
Oh,
But it was
okay.
a smaller one.
I gotta
It was
say,
like
we're
6 people.
It was a little more than that. I know Solomon was there. We were there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you weren't there at that one. At that point, you came really late, straight from work.
Oh, did I?
That
oh,
one.
yeah. I remember. Okay.
So it's
yeah.
been almost 2 years. That's when that night. That was like our third episode. That's why because I remember I said I have to get home. And
Yes.
that's why, because we were doing that, and so that's. Sorry, I hear Finn whining.
I know. I may try to let them out in a few minutes. See how they do.
Well, it was pretty good the last time. We do need to, hey,
We let him out after a minute.
Finn,
Yeah.
I'm not the big, ugly woman that's going to steal your soul.
Are you saying you're not Baba Yaga?
Yeah.
Maybe.
At times, sometimes she comes out. She does come out.
So I do want to talk tarot. And I have 3 tarot decks before me. And only one. No, I'm just kidding. And over the next 2 weeks, I want to talk about all 3 of them because they're very good for shadow work.
Man.
But they're not Abyss. Like the Abyss is also very good for shadow work. But these are all 3 decks by one person.
Okay.
And they
The ones you were using yesterday.
yes, the ones I used on the
Is that the
it's a tarot day.
very beautiful
Mm-hmm.
ones on the outside that I said, oh, shiny, pretty,
Yes.
sparkly.
And so that is the Light Visions Tarot by James Eads.
Yeah.
I also have the Prisma Visions and then the Cosmo Visions Oracle. all three of these decks are really good for, you can talk, right? We're live.
Mhm.
Okay.
He's contemplating.
Yeah,
Well, no, he typed a message.
Oh, yeah. My
To the chat.
like my mind is going real. Sounds real slow.
No, I can.
It's like I
but I
have
can
to-
see.
I have to.
It's okay. You're
I
allowed to go slow.
Can see you
About everything.
thinking, and that's
Sorry.
So I'm not like ignoring. I'm thinking about everything everybody's saying. I feel like in slow mo today. With
hey,
the
that's
Nothing wrong with that.
No, it isn't. Is that your small deck?
These are the mini versions of it.
Whoa,
They
and they're still as pretty.
Yes.
What?
And so this deck is amazing for using minor arcana shadow work,
Okay.
which is a little bit different, but same ideas. And then next week I'm going to talk about the Prisma. The week after that, the Cosma.
Okay.
So I'm going to get Rook to probably take some of these cards up to you guys, like the first three of each
I
suit.
will.
Because
tell them what's so cool about these decks.
yeah, and what you're going to see in this this deck is
Should we call you Vanna?
yeah. Well, we're going to see if we can't, because we have our digital SLR camera, which is amazing video. I can use it as a streaming camera, but I don't trust it on that pole yet. I don't have the right connections. So we're going to eventually move that as our main stream camera, and then have that one, like, I don't know if we're going to suspend it with just one string. There's something from the ceiling down, so that it can be right here that we can use it.
Ace, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
So just put them in that order.
Did you pull them in that order specifically?
I haven't shuffled them.
Oh, okay.
They're all in order because I'm making sure I had all my cards. My
Oh,
whole.
yeah.
I Virgoed them out.
How can I hold these? So that
But the thing is, you're not in the camera. Yeah, there you go. So if you can see, they kind of roll together. So when you lay out all of these minor arcana cards in the all three of these decks,
Oh, yes, it does.
they all run together. It's one long story. And there's a book that, like a compendium book that you can get with it, which I have, and it has them all laid out in the book and like as their own murals, and they're freaking beautiful. And it just, if you imagine yourself standing on that road, walking through each card, you get that shadow feel to it. You get that movement process. So I found that these were, like, you can literally see, if you look at that 3 of Wands.
So I'll show them individually. 3 of Wands.
No, 3 of Wands. The 4 of Wands goes right into what you would think it is. Like, it literally walks you through the path of the tarot. It is just gorgeous.
Who's the artist?
James Eads. EADS is his last name. I know of these 3 decks plus a Lenormand deck that he has.
And it's all the same artist?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And he does his own decks. They're all Kickstarter. Probably one of the highest quality Kickstarters I've ever been a part of. But I mean, I have quite a few of his tools and stuff too. I have the big decks, of course, which I actually
Right.
use for reading. The little ones are more for display, or I can pop one in my bag and take it with me when I'm working or whatever. But so if you bring those back, Rook, I'm going to give you the Ace, 2, and 3 of Chalices. Just so you can kind
Ooh,
of
I
get
love
that same
one.
look.
I love the chalice.
I don't know.
I love Ace of Chalice. Hey, it's
It's in your
well,
it's the most in your face
is my-
emotion.
Yeah, water is my suit.
Interestingly, I've always felt and been so incredibly moved by water. Like, water has always been my most comfort element. But I've always felt very earthy too, obviously, because of my signs and stuff. But I think that the part of my lesson of this life was to, maybe in my past lives I was anti-water, or did not have water before. Because even when I was a kid, I got uncomfortable the further inland I go. I get more and more uncomfortable psychologically.
I did not like.
But I'm not a water sign at all. So I'm like,
yeah.
that's got to be something in my knowledge, my
And
math.
then I get Arizona, all them desert places. Oh no, I have no desire whatsoever to be see.
My
or
only
do.
exception is like Montana or something. If there's a big lake
Well,
or
there is like that.
Yeah,
You
well, yeah.
know, good.
but that's the only exception that I think I would make. But I think getting there is so like when we go to Texas, I'm so uncomfortable. But when we went to Galveston, I was like, this is beautiful. I love it, even though it's a dirty town. No offense if anybody's from Galveston. I felt comfortable because I was near water again. Like that's definitely a weird thing for me. Being a full Earth sign and being landlocked is
You
uncomfortable.
gotta get your family away from Texas. Oh my
I think
God.
they're coming.
Yeah, actually, my mom and grandmother want to move here, so
Good.
that'll be good.
Yeah.
They don't need to be in Texas.
No.
No.
Paranormal, you're absolutely correct. Yes. Birthday 6/6. That's Malice's birthday. So I believe he's gonna do a birthday stream. You gonna let him out?
I suggested karaoke for that, and Paranormal, which agreed with me.
I'm okay with karaoke. I'm the one that created the karaoke.
Does anybody need anything while I get up to let them out?
No, the coffee was good. That's. They know you're coming. See.
They know.
They do. They knew I came to the door.
That's Iris. That loud. They're so funny. I hope you guys can hear that because it is so cute.
I'm sorry.
But I'm gonna hand these to you and then let Brad look. But if you want to look through, like the full is a beautiful full.
Yeah.
They're not quite the same borders. And then at the end, like we did last time, I think we'll have time if hopefully if I don't not feel well, because I feel much better still, so that's good. But we'll pull some single cards
Eat something.
at the end. I did actually.
You know, that's the fool is quite different in this. It's
Very.
just like okay, going on a journey. There's the lifesaver. Oh no, Finn.
All right.
Come here,
It's
Finn.
too loud, guys, for stream, Finny. We're gonna have to do some desensitization.
Come on.
Yeah, that's a good girl. You got your inside voice.
Come on, Finn.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Hey, baby. Where is he? Come over.
Now the major arcanas do not. He's on the other side. Over there.
Come here, Finn.
The major arcanas don't really have that same kind of linear
Hey, you.
borderlessness, but they still have a very clear story, and it is not traditional at all. There's some traditional motifs, but they're certainly not traditional. Like I like the idea of the fool with the lifesaver. He's carrying in his own lifesaver.
But
And
that's
he's
a
built-
journey, and
built
he's
for the water, right?
yes, with a pelican.
Yeah, it's not just that step out into leap of faith. It's being prepared.
Being
Like, this
prepared.
fool is ready for his journey.
Yeah, yeah. And
Honey.
and the magician. What? Hey, no.
All these dogs are jealous. They are the most jealous animals
They're
I have
so
ever
jealous.
seen.
Come on, baby. You're my girl.
We have
I got my big buddy
girl.
Tina. She's loyal to me.
We have so much leftover moon blend.
Well,
That we're
burn it
burn
because
it.
we're almost on the new moon already.
Yes, tomorrow,
Is it tomorrow?
Is it?
It's tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
which is also my mother's birthday.
Lost-
Woot woot. My
lost-
mom will be.
86. I'm just kidding.
I hope Janet is watching
Oh, I
right
hope not.
now. She'll be 69.
69. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We need to go see her.
We do.
Hmm.
We do.
Oh, that smells divine to me.
Are you a baby?
Which is the goal.
I'm a baby.
Well, it almost seems, and I feel with this that we're getting a lot of star power, cosmos power. from the
There is
energy.
very. Wait till you see the Cosmo Oracle.
It's like
amazing. Like the way that he draws, each one gets a little bit progressively more. It's almost like it's almost splatter painted or raindrop painted or star paint. Like it's all the dots are together to make the picture.
I mean, like the Hierophant, it almost looks, it is a constellation.
Yeah.
It is.
So if you're not familiar with it's James R. Eads, I believe is the name. You can go. He has a website. The miniatures aren't really available on the website, I don't think yet. They were part of a Kickstarter campaign, but they will be. If you've watched my tarot, sometimes you'll see the backdrop with the eye in the middle. That's his. That's all his stuff. And I really have enjoyed using these decks, and I hopefully will use them more now that I have a total of 6 copies of them plus the Lenormand. I have 2 of each one.
Okay.
Yeah. It's hard to choose. I've got so many. It's hard to pick. What?
That just sounded funny. I've got 2 of each one.
I do, a big and a little. And Finley has 1 testicle dropped. Poor guy.
Oh, don't talk about him.
He's gonna have his little.
I gotta get my no-nos taken off soon. Yeah.
So we don't give Ma any no-nos because she can't get pregnant.
Yeah, I gotta get my no-nos
Her
fixed.
heart can't take it.
And he'll chill right out.
Yeah.
I don't know. This
I
dude
like
is like
the
a jumping
lovers.
bean.
The lovers is not, it's not about
Get your
the,
no-nos?
it's about the dance. And this is the dance, and this is beautiful.
Ooh.
It's about the dance.
Yeah, I'll show you the.
A meteor shower.
Oh, the
tomorrow
chariot is a
night.
car,
Yeah.
not just any car either.
Puppy.
Oh,
Yeah.
these are great.
You
I
gotta
love
get your
them.
no-nos?
I love them.
Um,
You tend to pick decks, and maybe it's because you intuitively read, but I am feeling and seeing. They immediately speak to you.
Yes.
It's like I don't have to look at this and look at this and look at this and say, well, okay,
And-
so I know what it means, but
Yep,
it's not.
and they're all
telling
like
me.
that. All the decks. Even his Oracle deck is 78 cards. It's like a
Hi, Riz. Hi.
process.
Okay,
Oh, Tina.
somebody made a boo-boo.
Made a boom boom.
Yeah.
Is that what she said?
Boom,
Boo
boom,
boo.
boom.
Oh.
Before
So-
someone steps on it.
Yeah, Tara, we might we'll pull some out. And yes, Dragon Dance. I heard about that. The meteor shower. I don't know how it's gonna look down here from Florida, but
We have a meteor shower too. The Leonids? No, that's
I-
not until August. What meteor shower?
we have a couple going on. I actually had a bunch of pictures and the coordinates to plug into my telescope if I could actually figure out how to use it. But I haven't been able to do that yet either because I can't figure out how to use it. Don't judge me.
Justice. I like justice. Come on. Tell me that is.
But yeah, so that's the tarot. We'll probably go back into that at the end if we have time and pull some cards if anybody wants by then. But for now, we're going to move on. I think the next thing I really wanted to talk about was litha.
Yes.
Litha, like lithium, which is, I think, June 21st this year, which I believe is a
Yes.
Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday.
Um,
We are actually doing, Anna and I are going to do something different. It will be a ritual, but we're going to pull in the energy using stones and sound and make it into a ritual, and that's going to be at Cosmic Connections.
that'll be awesome.
Yes, so if you're around, I'd love to have you
On
come.
the 21st?
Yes.
Okay.
At 7 it starts. So.
7 p.m.?
Mm-hmm.
I would like that.
The gathering is at 6, and because we're going to absolutely create the grid, do the meditation, pull it in, and then Anna is going to lead us through an exchange in sound from the light to the descent.
Oh my. I'm asking for those 2 days off, so. maybe I could come.
She's charging $20 for our sound, but the ritual is it will be. Yeah, she needs. We've so talked about this, and she's very much an artisan, and her equipment now is killer amazing. And she brings all this stuff, and there is worth there.
Yeah,
We
oh
need
gosh,
to
yeah.
start understanding the worth of people. That's what kind of I've been, even the worth of my own dark shadow of actually, well, what is this worth? You know, and still giving it out and making people happy, but what is it worth to me? I need to have an exchange of some sort.
Mm-hmm. I can understand that.
That's, but yeah, that's happening.
And that's on Winkler, Cosmic Connections. Isn't that over there somewhere?
Yes, it's if you're heading south, it will be on the right hand side in Winkler. It's almost by the mall.
I think I've seen that.
And about, oh shit, the next is Colonial, so it's right there. But you have to, if you're coming from Winkler, you kind of have to go to Oakley and then around the block because you can't make that left.
Yeah. That'll be interesting. I like that. I think
You're going to be away, aren't you?
I'm not sure. I think I'm going to be local. I'm not 100% sure. It depends. I think I might have taken those days off.
So what were we? Oh, Letha.
Sorry. I gotta watch her when she makes weird noises. She's still not completely healed from her respiratories.
Yeah. So we're at Lisa.
Oh. Ooh. So
This is where we are in the notes.
Yeah.
Anything funny to come up here?
Like last time.
Yeah.
Pull that up again.
There was
maybe.
nothing on Wild Hunt.
Oh, really?
Unfortunately, there wasn't really anything good.
In Druidic terms, it's Alban Hefen, and the Albans mean the high points, which is cosmologically.
So solstices.
Which is, yes, it's a high. That's one of the observances. The other ones are equinox. The summer solstice is when all the power spots, all the stone circles all around the world are activated Earth energy and beam that energy up to the cosmos. At solstice, winter, it's when we all feel good and happy, and there's something about it. That's because the cosmos is beaming down that energy to the circles, and the circles through the grid are spreading it out.
And so, like you said, Letha is midsummer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Midsummer.
It's the celebration really is for the beginning of summer, and if you track it back, like in a historical perspective, there really is no way to say where it came from or how it started. But if you coordinate it with the moon and the Esbats, you will see, like Almanac, we talked about that before, which I'm still waiting for mine to come. I ordered.
You ordered one?
Yeah.
Awesome. Very good.
Yeah, I don't know where it's at. It was supposed to come in my books, but if not, we're going to buy one from the farmer's market if we can't get one. But when you coordinate it with the moons that we've had, so we had the first corn moon, which was the same as the strawberry pours or sunshine pours or whatever that we just did. And you coordinate that along with Letha, you're starting to see we're getting into that first harvest really, but getting prepared for what's planting and sowing for the second harvest.
First harvest is Lunisad.
Yeah. And so what we're doing is we're kind of like hopscotching.
Right.
Or I don't even want to call it yo-yoing, but like you have that first moon, the corn moon, which is, and it's also the frost moon because it's the first moon after the frost usually.
Right.
Where you can start planting things, and then so we get that ready for this first harvest, and now we're doing this for the second harvest. So we're kind of like that with our Sabbats. So I like thinking of them in terms of, even though in modern times we're not going out and doing what our ancestors would have done during that time, the ritual is what connects us to those things. And that, even in psychology, is very clear that the further away from nature you get, the further away you are from being whole.
Yeah.
Everybody's disconnected, and that's why there's so many problems. Even many pagans, as much as they say they are earth-centered, they are disconnected. You know, it's very difficult to be 24/7
Anything.
connected.
Yeah.
To, you know, it's not feasible. But we really have to make a mindset. That's why dancer. I absolutely love all of what she's doing with her land, and her land is giving her all these things back. You know, things are starting to come, like a meadowlark. I haven't seen a meadowlark down here in like a minute. She's got a meadowlark.
Jen, you're gonna have to go to the back again, buddy.
I wish we had that in our life right now. That would be very beautiful.
Gosh, I know.
But we substitute ritual for it.
You do. You have things.
We do. That's true. We want to
You
talk.
know, we just have to pay attention. Like on the way here.
We're not picking our own blueberries, but we're getting them local. And
Right,
that
I
kind of
did.
stuff, yeah.
I went out and picked
She
it. So
picked
yeah.
some for the mead.
Yes.
So we've got 2 gallons going right now too. We'll have to talk about
I'm
those.
exciting. You know, on the way over here, I was stopped at the light, and a dragonfly decides it's going to sit on my windshield until the light changes. I'm going, okay, I have to pay attention to that. What is dragonfly going to tell me today? That's today's aha moment and augurs of what do I need to pay attention to today. And it's dragonflies are about transformation and you know, doing stuff. So in that aspect, yeah, okay, we're here. That almost fits, doesn't it?
I know.
Yeah.
Is that your Larimar?
This is actually a blue aventurine piece that I
okay.
have had. I'm just gonna play around with it for a little bit. I don't know why I just got the need to.
Oh,
To grab it.
it
Yeah.
definitely could. Paranormal witch, not any issue that you're going with. Shadow work can help. I'm brand new to it. I'm just learning, but I can tell you whatever the issue it is, whether it's something that has been done to you or a negative thing about yourself you're working on, or a positive thing, quality in yourself that you maybe have not nurtured. I can tell you, as soon as you start even reading about or looking into shadow work, it sure seems a lot lighter. That's what I can say. I don't know what I'm doing. Personally, I'm just starting, but that issue you mentioned, yes, it definitely.
Your mind and
could.
your soul knows what they're doing. That's
Yes.
where it comes from.
And
So.
when you get it, when it's like that, aha, okay, this is recurring, or this is what the issue is. You have to name it. Once you name something, it no longer has power. And then you can release it, honor it. You gotta honor it. You have to give it worth. It's part of you. It was part of you. It's part of that fight and flight. It's part of the knee-jerk reaction that keeps you going. It's survival. But sometimes it's binding. So as soon as you allow that, it's like the chain has broken. But there's a hole. And it'll fill itself up with another unless you consciously make an effort to say, I'm not going to do that again. And it'll come up, and because universe always tests you. Always. You know, when I think I've got one lesson down and I've got it, and then well, it'll come up in another way, and I'm going, oh damn. But then oh hello, baby, hi.
But yes, definitely shadow work could help with that. Paranormal witch. And Dragon Dancer says she's got brown thrashers now too.
Hey, what are you eating? Hey.
You know, it's not that you have to accept it,
Oh, what are you eating?
but you
I'm
have
sure
to
it's something important.
acknowledge it and acknowledge what the feelings.
It's not an actual card, but it's one of the little classic.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to
I-
accept it, but you have to
Check and see
acknowledge
she didn't get the bread and the brie.
the feelings that the abandonment caused in you. And once you acknowledge it, and just like Joy said, say it out loud, it does make things lighter. And it doesn't give it power anymore.
No power.
I agree with that.
You have no power over me at this point. You are part of me, and it always will be part. But it doesn't own me.
Trying not to shake it while I'm moving it.
Oh, looky
Is
here.
that the
Honey
second
wine.
one?
Here's
This
our
is the
honey
second
wine.
Oh, it's bubbling.
Yeah,
You've
she's
had
bubbling.
it done three days and swish it, or you didn't?
Nope.
You just
Directly in the
went
carboy.
into that.
Since we didn't have any fruit or
Fruit.
anything,
Oh
and
yeah,
not to-
look at the sediment. That's
to
gonna
interrupt.
clear out.
but since I was in there, I brought it. I don't know if you guys can see the bubbles. Probably not, but this one's going really good.
You need a darker place.
Yeah.
to-
We're going to put it in the room with the other one that we have. We
Right.
just we're leaving it out so we could kind of.
I want to do a raspberry one some
Oh,
reason.
that would be
really.
very nice.
That bubble.
You still gotta get a ton of raspberries.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna have to get at least what did we say, 1.5 pounds of
Oh.
blueberries. So it's gonna be the same. Anything like that will be
Couple
the same.
pounds. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. This is so nice to know that in November, or Samhain or November time, we can enjoy this.
Yes.
It's very neat. It's a lot of fun doing that.
You gotta get some bottles. My
Gotcha.
son's got a ton of bottles. You know, the growlers. He's got so many that he just is with the caps that go.
Oh, the ones that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
latch,
yeah.
not that you have
No,
to
no.
corks. That's the one Brian wants.
Yeah.
The ones that latch.
Oh man, that's really look at
That's
it
the
filtering.
blueberry.
It is. That will get
Blueberry.
clear. Look at that. Oh, it's got to go bone dry, so it's got some fermenting to do.
But that's the blueberry.
Yeah.
So we're excited.
Oh,
There-
look on the bottom. It's
Yeah,
got some
that's
stuff.
sediment. That's all the excess yeast and still working.
I wonder what ancestors, how they made it.
Corey says
Yeah.
by accident. Beer was first.
Beer was first.
Yeah, they just had fruit that they left around, and all of a sudden it's, and then they tasted it and got
Listen, it's
fucked
good.
up, and they go, "Oh, we might need to do this again."
That is so
Yeah. They found beer in some of the Egyptian tombs.
cool. Mm.
Sediment from it, so they know that it's that. And in the Mayan, there's a Mayan beer that they found, so it's pretty ancient.
That is too cool.
Yep.
We were thinking too, like we've been doing our stews and stuff,
Mhm.
but back then they probably would have had maybe people all brought what they had to put in it.
There was always it was that's where the grail comes from. It's actually griel, and it means continuous, and that they would always, because they came and went, and someone was always working and someone was doing home stuff. So there was food on that and bread. The bread was made first in the mornings, and so a good and hearty bread. I mean, we're not talking what we have now. This was hearty bread.
tack.
Yeah, kind of. And it was, and that was sustenance. And it was really good sustenance.
And you could carry that bread. They could
Oh,
carry
yeah.
it with them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
'Cause it's so good, and it
Yeah.
fills. It's filling. Yeah. Not like the sweet bread they have now.
No, they didn't
or-
have yeasts. Well, yeah, they did. They had forms of yeast, but the breads lots of times were sourdough.
Mm.
Once
I
you
love sourdough bread.
once you have that sourdough starter, it was it was passed down from family to family to family. That's how it works.
See, I would love to have that too. Like that's to not have to buy the yeast
Hey.
in packages that just feel so commercial. Yeah, I'd love to have somebody's like a yeast culture and just be able to pull 5 grams out to use. So,
Hmm.
that'd be neat.
A lot of, like plants and, berries, fruit, have wine on the skin. It's called must, but that's natural yeast.
So you could take that and make something with it,
Yes.
technically?
Yes.
We should do that.
Good. Does anybody want any more?
I'm
Of course
good.
we do. Of course you do.
I'm good.
You're good? Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
I try to be a good,
I'm
You're an excellent host.
On a 0 to 10 scale, I'm at a 9.1, so I'm pretty much
that's
back to
good.
normal. I just have a little bit of a sinusy gunk in my forehead. So, I mean, I woke up this morning, not to digress too much. I mean, this is supposed to be our Sunday style service, but I felt like shit. Oh,
And I just have to laugh. I'm
it was
sorry.
terrible.
I
Like,
just-
I haven't felt that way in so long. Like, what
you
happened?
You do it for yourself. You did it
Yes.
totally to yourself.
I did, but I just yeah. So, and I mean the drinks were good. I didn't we weren't really pounding them down and taking
What
shots.
were
and
you
shots.
making?
It was if I would have stuck with just the rum, it probably would have been okay. But we were also doing Midori sour, which is good, but the extra sugar I think
The
kind of
sweet,
yeah,
yeah,
that's what did it.
yeah. It'll do it
So-
every time. Those
So
sweet
basically, I had
things.
three of each.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd just be starting to get a really nice, good buzz by that
Yeah,
point.
I
but
was,
it's-
and like even last night, I certainly never felt drunk at any point. I was pretty heavy buzz. Well, I was drunk, but I wasn't as bad as it could have been.
well, you were home, and you
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
have to go anywhere, so that's all good. Back to our
Letha.
topic.
Yeah. I want I want to look up some newer lore about different holidays and Sabbats. So I want to know more about and I think I mentioned this to you in one of the texts about the Druidic lore, because, and I don't know if it's the same. I think it's different than what most people follow. Would probably be the Holly and the Oak King,
Is it
story, but-
all Wicca comes from the Golden Dawn, and that
Right.
all the four,
and that's
not
what
the
I'm saying. I don't know.
Albans, but the other ones are all they said, well, why not? Let's do this. We want to celebrate more, and that's how it came about, and it all evolved. So going back to ancient traditions, you're not going to get it because they didn't do it.
Right, and it's not the tradition of it; it's the lore of the time frame. Like, what would somebody be doing,
Ooh.
or what stories would they be sharing at the time of Letha?
Right.
And that's hard, like you said, it's hard to find because
The
was not a lot
ancient
written. and-
ancient ones in the Druidic stuff, you have to go back to the Morris dancers, because they performed a lot, and it was all music and
that would be
oral
really,
traditions.
yeah.
And for our list, that would be actually really good to incorporate stories. Let's do. I know
We started-
Victor has some fabulous
So
stories.
we need to hear those, Victor,
Yes.
Victor.
who's not in chat.
Oh, he's not there. We're
No,
calling
he's
to
not.
him.
He's.
Well, the thing is that I want to get more of those stories. I want to get them written down. And
Yep.
like I said, we have our own journals and stuff, but we're putting an electronic grimoire together, and I want to include everything because
It's best if
We've been
we
telling
can
each other
record.
yeah. Well, we've been telling each other stories, and I've been reading from the Norse pantheon
Yep.
stories and the creation myths, and it's very enlightening, and I enjoy it, and I want to get those written into our grimoire.
A lot of it comes from the land where they were, and it's seasonal to the land. The Norse, their seasons were, rather cold, and they had very short growing seasons. So all of those are going to relate. And that's where kind of the light and the dark exchange comes from.
I think too, the thing that pops into my mind is I would love to have these recorded. So they just have people recording, sharing their stories, but a lot of people don't want to be heard.
That would be so cool. Yeah.
See, yes, that's a fear.
I will
again,
write them if somebody allows me to as they talk. I'll write because I can type as fast as somebody can talk.
Kudos to you.
Yeah, well,
I'm
that came from working at SmartBeep for a while as a transcriptionist when I was in the mid '90s. I had to transcribe people fighting with each other when it was voice messages, and we had to transcribe them to text because you couldn't text at that point.
There's several goddesses of beer. I want to learn them.
If you have a couple, share them. Let's see what we can share for the group. If you know a couple off the top of your head, Dragon Dancer. But I mean, I would love that. We've even thought about doing, having somebody over as part of this, and just saying, hey, bring a story with you, and share it if you want to. And I want to write them down and get them logged.
Like a bardic episode.
Even if you make it up yourself. If somebody makes up their own lethal story, write your own.
Okay, so all right.
I want to get this stuff.
I know the story of Kilidwin and Taliesin. I can totally go and pull you in on that.
So
I know a lot of those stories.
So
we should do a whole
separate
episode
series
on that.
where we're recording those and releasing those periodically as a group.
I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
We need to tell the story. We need to reclaim. We can put it into modern aspects, but we need to, or else it's gone. Because I'm telling my little one family stories. She's taking it in. She can't talk or anything, but she's well enough aware. And as she gets older, she's like my granddaughter, but she's like going to be a fabulous child. But even the family traditions is what we used to do, and the little things, all of those things. And then I'm looking at nursery rhymes, and I'm looking back at like some of these nursery rhymes. A lot of nursery rhymes are bad. I mean, they have really. They talk about plague and beheading of kings and all that. It's just like, no, maybe I need to rework some of that.
I'd love to read the original ones, how they were.
I even
that would be cool.
And Chaucer. Well, let's go back to Canterbury Tales, for instance, in mid-English.
Talking about the dogs in chat. But yeah, so what I envision or what I picture again, I've told people this, the YouTube channel that we're doing here and this Sunday stuff, for me, it doesn't matter if it gets to be this big thing or not, no matter how big or small it is, it's just enjoyable for me. And one of the things I'm enjoying is like me and him doing our shadow work stuff, but there's more to it than that. We want the stories. We want to hear people tell the stories as if they were even open mic night, or read it the way it's written in the D. Australis Book of Norse Pantheon, and your own version of the modern time. We can make it. I'm probably not me, but somebody could write a modernized version of the Caradwin and the hen and the grain and the salmon and the.
Well, when you go into, you have the outer layer, and you have, the characters as they are. But and that's the outer layer to cover the mystery tradition of what it really is. And looking back, when it's told, those people would understand that. They know that. they know what all this is and what we
The
don't. Oh, we're
symbolism.
like, we're
Yeah.
way disconnected. But because I mean, even I have been by Taliesin, which I'm going to repeat when I do my Druidic talk down in Casa Shante. It's all about, from the beginning of time, what we are now. I have been this. I have been this.
Mm-hmm.
It's all within us, and we're all connected. And that's the total gist of what this poem is. And saying he was in the universe for X amount of time, and then he was called into being and pushed into with Pound, and then I have been this and I have been that, until he was within the womb of Caradwin and then born, and then he went into another transformation. So it's all about that. What, baby?
When are you? When is are you given that talk?
It's,
And is it open to people
everybody.
to come?
Yes, it's the 17th,
June 17th.
Friday. Yes, and it's at 7 o'clock.
Oh, at night?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I would really like to go.
I would love
Do you
you
have
to
to,
go. No, you just
like,
show
sign
up.
up?
I don't believe so. I think you just sign up.
Where is it at?
I would love to go.
Casa
hear her talk.
Shante.
Downtown Fort
Mhm.
Myers.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a little house,
It's
kind of.
yes. It's Casa Shante is the House of Peace.
Yeah.
Zakari has been a. We'll talk about that after.
Yeah.
I would love
That'd
to
be
go to
fun.
that.
But that is happening, and that's I'm going. Well, you have the stones, but I'm going to take them through the three Bard, Ovate, and Druid through a bit of ritual, a bit of formal meditation, and we're going to go to the stones like we've done, and then we're going to come back and we're going to pull cards from the animal and plant oracles, because
I
they
have
would
both of
have.
those.
I know you do.
Those
He's
are
looking
hard
at
to find.
yeah.
Those were hard to find.
Yeah.
Even
They
from the
were.
Druid,
The nature
The
one was
plant
hard to
one
find.
was
Or the
hard.
plant one.
Wasn't it? The
it
plant
was
one?
you couldn't find it from
Yeah.
the Druid site.
They might have had it. They
Yeah.
probably had it.
The Druid shop does.
Yeah. Oh, we're talking about like the Druid plant oracle and the Druid that one. I was thinking the nature speak.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
another one. Did you did
I
find
did find
it?
a copy. Yeah. It's used, but I love it. I have it.
Oh, because that I'm gonna put that out as well, because that's more this country. This is the Druid and the plant are very Celtic oriented and so forth, but the Nature Speaks is more broader,
Mm-hmm.
pulls it in.
They're really pretty cards. And the book was, it's hard to find all like the pieces. You can't get them together. You have to buy them
Oh,
separate.
did you have to do that?
Yeah. You can't get the nature speak and the animal speak. They're just not printed.
No.
June
No.
17th.
I have a-
joy.
I have a secret weapon to find those things. It's Abe Books. And they will usually, if they don't have it, they'll help you find it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Because the 18th is here,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and then the 21st
First
is
is,
at Cosmic Connections.
Yeah.
That's what I get.
We
the
should
Casa
be like,
Shante. We should be
Hey.
getting good connections.
whoa, we
right?
should be way in tune by that.
Let's see, the 17th is Casa Shante.
Mm-hmm.
And
Pool
then
party Saturday.
Yeah.
We are going to do a little
20
fire and ritual, but it's
Yeah,
just
we
going to be
need to
very
do
short.
The
Cool.
21st is Cosmic Connections.
Mm-hmm.
It's 7 also, right? It's, I
Yes.
think it's at 7.
Gathering at 6. We want to,
Up at 6.
in case you want to shop the store or anything, and they're still getting inventory. Although I cannot keep as soon as I bring my woolies there, like,
They're gone.
yeah,
I need to add $5 to those prices. I'm just.
Her name
Yeah.
is VG, Paranormal Witch, VIGI. And no, it's not short for vagina, like my neighbor thought. My neighbor asked me, "Don't tell me it's short for vagina." No, it's VG.
Where is your head at?
It's,
She's so
it's
hilarious.
short for Valley Girl Bird of Pequay. VG. VIGI.
So her birth name was Bird.
It was
and
Bird.
She came from I picked her up in the city of Pequay, Pennsylvania. She was actually born in Paradise, Pennsylvania, which is all that same area. And then she lived amongst the valleys. As I was going to pick her up, it was up and down all through
Your
the
valley
valleys.
girl.
She's my valley girl.
Valley Girl Bird of Pequay.
That's where I got VG from. And I had to come up with it very fast because then I would have been stuck with something that he would have come up with and it wouldn't have worked.
I would have picked a lovely name. Let me tell you the names I've come up with. Well, I guess I've come up with one name, Mademoiselle Ma Petite Poissette.
Astra.
And I thought that was a very good name for Ma Petite.
So I just call her Muppet Titties.
Tina and Iris came to me names, so I didn't have the right to change their names.
And then Finn, we kept his name. We were going to change it, but it just
Yeah.
fits in.
No, he's a Finn. Yeah.
Finnegan came with his name Finn, and we had to keep it because it's
I call him everything
Totally
but
him.
Finneas, Finnegan, Finland,
Phineas.
Phineas and Ferbius.
Where we at?
But yeah, so I mean, Letha's going to be a big thing, exciting thing. I'm going to try to get some outside stuff set up, but we're going to just focus on being just a very short, like inner power fire festival.
I'm pulling because I'm kind of heading up both things. Nix, who is the owner of the store, she says she just looked at me. I said, "Nix, you want me to handle this, don't you?" She says,
She's overwhelmed. with a lot going on.
I said, "Okay, well and good, but we're going outside the box here. we're not doing because I love and honor what we have done and what we have done, but we are really on the verge of getting into a new space, and we need to pull in lots of different things. So I'm working on the energy of that." And that's where
I think
I'm
that's so perfect for you to say that because regardless of what we're doing here, is like I just am getting to the point now where nothing fits within.
where we're at. It doesn't.
Yeah, nothing
I don't
fits.
Feel it.
There's no plug in, plug out. It just is a big mashup,
Yeah.
and if we have to treat it that way, or we're going to be trying to stick things in that don't fit.
Right.
And I mean, we'll probably have deities that we'll use, but they're still, to me, at this point, just
Always.
archetypal for the energy we're looking at.
Yeah, no, I have gone to, and maybe that's just where I'm at now in my spirituality. I've moved from the root. I've moved from the solar. I'm into heart energy now. I'm really trying to focus into that heart place.
Your dog is
And
looking up
well, that comes a
cardboard.
long time ago when I was in Glastonbury down in the well, when I was given
I would love to see
you
that.
to hold heart. If I'm holding heart, it doesn't. Now I need to pull in and hold
I
heart.
call you my
a lot.
dog when you're being bad.
So that's that's where I'm at. What was he doing?
Chewing up the cardboard. I did want to talk about a couple of environmental things. One that's really cool and one that's not cool, guys. So there's an article this week.
Are you skipping all the other topics? Is that what you're getting ready to do?
No, I was going. Didn't we talk about our shadow work?
Did we talk about the currently being in the waning crescent moon in Taurus?
Oh no, we didn't. Oh goodness bless you.
We're
No,
we're,
let's go ahead.
we're
Oh,
cycling
oh, oh.
around.
It's the smoke,
Wow,
the
what are
incense,
you-
I'm
what are
sure.
you-
You know, just having dogs is enough. I can't imagine having kids. I'm
I
sorry.
can't either. Oh my god.
Good for y'all. Good for y'all.
It's constant.
Seriously.
I going back with my granddaughter now, it's like, oh my, I remember this stage. This wasn't the fun stage. This was, I was learning, especially with Corey, because he had colic really bad, because he was allergic to milk. He was allergic to my milk. We had to put him on soy formula. He was very much like my granddaughter. Very aware. He was walking at 9 months. He never crawled. He just pulled himself up one day and
And that
said,
was it.
I'm over this. I want to get there. We used the jumpy thing that he absolutely loved.
That is too funny.
But Rhiannon is into teething now. Everything, and she's been drooly face, and she's had the colds. We're watching to make sure she doesn't get ear infections and everything.
That's the worst.
But it's all there, and she's still this happy, smiley, I'm here kind of child. She's an easy child, and I'm glad for the kids because I don't know how who is not so easy.
I love that. Yes, I am. We are going to do some tarot today. I think at the end we'll do some quick tarot.
So the moon.
Yeah,
We're at
so
this moon. Yes.
We're currently I think we're at 1% waning crescent, going into new moon tomorrow. So we will be new moon energy. This is the
New things.
new things, new beginnings. Get started, push them out. And then our next full moon is June 14th.
Initiation.
I think that's strawberry moon.
Strawberry moon. So Monday we have a moon. The new moon, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. And my
So-
mom's birthday.
On your mom's birthday.
So
69.
yeah, so I know I'm going to be working on soul's work. I know this is way off the topic, but I was trained a long time ago, and I haven't done it in a very long time, and it's smacking me in the head right now. Is to, with guides, bring souls that have been departed to a place where they can go, especially traumatic things. And
We need to dress up our altar over there too.
we've just had we did that. The last really big one was after the Orlando shooting, and I haven't done, and then COVID and all that, and I have not been due diligence. So, and Dragon Dancer, we're gonna work on that tonight as well.
So when are you doing? When is the rainbow ritual done? Like when would that be performed?
It could be performed any time.
Is it something we would want to integrate into the
Yes.
Letha?
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, I
we
will
can-
do that because we've done that before. We started it when
I mean, we're
the
completely open to that.
original labyrinth. We used the labyrinth ley lines to set.
Well, we've got a big cauldron of water that's built into the ground in our
Yeah, you do.
backyard.
Yeah, you do.
I would love to know more about your distance Reiki session tomorrow, Dragon Dancer.
Yeah, I would
I
love to
think
get
I
involved
would-
in that too because we both have our
I would need it.
our distance Reiki too
I
process.
would need
that-
it. Believe me.
Yeah.
Dragon.
That's actually what that is. That's my Reiki table. That we wanna set
Right.
up.
We send in the Keith. Everything that we need to communicate more in Keith.
Yeah.
Stuff is coming up, and our group is very accomplished magic people of all disciplines, and that's what I love about our group.
That is awesome.
Agreed.
I've got to remember to go in there. I never go in Facebook Messenger, and I've got to
You
start.
want to be picked up.
I
don't
wish we
you?
could get everybody in agreement upon like joining something like Discord. That would be a group for Keith because you can share videos, you can share everything. You can get video conferencing, audio conferencing, the whole 9 yards, all
You're
free.
the second person.
All free, completely free,
That's free.
zero cost.
Put it together, because
can
I don't know.
I can put it together in 5 seconds, and you can get it on your phone too. I'll show it
Okay.
to you before you leave.
Okay.
It's so easy.
It is really cool. We can all
We
just jump
need-
in and talk.
Yeah, this
Locally?
is what we need.
Because one of the things that I do, and I know paranormal, I don't know if you've seen this, I think you're in Malice's thing, but when one of us is like feeling kind of,
If you won't come to me, I'm not going
like if one of
to.
us
Simple as
is,
that.
if one of us has time or if one of us is upset or needs something, we just go in there and sit, and other people
we'll
will join
talk.
in and come in and just we'll chat. It's social. But we also can share all of our we share because we have done Reiki and all
Right.
that
So
stuff.
it's our little group. We can be.
It's whoever we want. It's private.
Okay.
We
okay.
control who goes in and out.
Because Lynn would want that. I know that.
Yeah, it's very private.
Mom,
The
you
thing that
won't-
most people dislike about it is if you're on the computer, you have to download a program, but it's easy.
I use my
And on your phone, you can download it on your phone.
Yeah,
It's
I
an
use
app.
my phone more than anything else. My pewter
So-
is not with me. Come here. Come
So
on.
yeah, we can. That's one of the things I love about it.
Where's Iris?
She's
Where did you
hiding in
go,
the corner
Iris?
somewhere.
She was over here.
We did plug.
Usually is knocking.
We did plug our Shadow series where we coming out. We worked on getting a new intro for that and a new closing for that and all that stuff. So that was really fun yesterday. We have our first episode rendered and ready to go. And it's fun because we can do this separate. You know what I mean? Like when I'm in the same way me and Malice is in Mexico.
Yeah.
When
Right.
I'm in Atlanta or
Right.
Newark, New Jersey, me and him can still do this thing each week and put it together. It's just not live because we're doing enough live stuff already.
Right.
So that was our shadow plug. It's Eclipsing in the Shadow. I'm excited about that, and it's literally us just going through that Tarot Shadow Workbook for now, and then we're gonna switch it to something else. And now, Rook, if you want to start with your topics.
Yeah, so environmental or nature. So there have been a lot of fish found dead off the Florida coast from
Is
with
it red
prescription meds, prescription
What?
medications, antidepressants, and heart medications. And I
tide?
want
Did
to
someone
pull this
dump
up.
them?
I'm going to see if
illegally?
it says.
Well, here's the thing: if you look at the EPA's recommended way to dispose of medications, it's to flush them.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it's bonefish
yeah.
that this study was done on,
Okay.
and tarpons. And
Oh.
researchers took blood and tissue samples from 93 bonefish in Biscayne Bay in the Florida Keys since 2018, when this study started. They found each bonefish had an average of 7 pharmaceuticals present, including blood pressure
That's
medications,
depressing.
antidepressants, prostate treatment medications,
Lomax.
antibiotics, and pain relievers. One fish had a total of 17 pharmaceuticals in its tissues.
They can't get there any other way.
I had no clue.
This study
Scary.
shows a serious problem with ocean contamination from human wastewater. It's just alarming. So, from your information, that is how the instructions are to dispose of your medications,
So
like
for
down
home,
the
for
toilet.
home people, it's flush them. For organizations, we can't tell you how to do it, figure it out, but in most cases, it's flush them, and it's all about preventing misuse. And what ends up happening, the best and most appropriate way would be through incineration, even though it does give off gases, but it does prevent the use and it doesn't contaminate the actual medication because
Right.
it alters it chemically. But no, most people are home meds. You're told if you have leftover
So
stuff.
when Jeff passed away, he was on all kinds Uber, and I took them. I took them. Where did I take them? Somewhere, the police department, somewhere to
for disposal.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know what they did with them?
Put 'em
Flushed
in
them.
some- Oh man, because that was coumadins and
Yeah.
oh,
Rat
kidney.
poison.
I don't even know. He was on like 16 different meds.
Finn, he's fine.
So I don't know what so you say the alternative would be to, like, incinerate them, like in a cauldron or a little outside fire or something? Throw them in that?
Well, no.
No?
It's incineration. Incineration is extremely high heat, so we wouldn't be able to. It's a furnace.
Oh.
So when you have your sharps containers, that's where we dispose of ours usually, is sharps containers at the organization.
Yeah.
And so those end up going to
Into,
an incinerator where they get
yeah.
burned at like
Right.
3,000 degrees.
Like a crematory.
Yeah.
yeah.
And so they literally just disintegrate into ash. problem is we don't like to do that, and there's no rule not to in most organizations because it's extremely expensive. You pay by the pound.
Right.
So it's just free to
Right.
flush them, and it's not illegal. Except in like a few, there's like whatever county Dunedin is in, it's illegal there. But the rest of them, it's kind of like, It's more important to keep people from illegally using them.
Right.
For example, if you have perfectly good medications that somebody could benefit from, we would rather get rid of them than let somebody have them, which is what pisses. It's just. Anyway.
Well, yeah, and I went through that whole dichotomy as well. It's like, do I know anyone who can use these, because some of this was expensive, and
Yeah, and this week it's covered under insurance, and next week it's not. And this
Yeah.
week it is, next week
Yeah.
it's not. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's so frustrating, but
Or it triples in price. Or doubles.
human beings are definitely terrible to the planet. And the problem thing is we don't have to be. It just takes a little bit more effort
right,
to not be.
and we're not. We're most
And
people.
I'm including ourselves too. We're doing better, and we're starting to do things more appropriately, but we haven't been for a long time.
No,
you know,
because it's easy,
Like
and
this
that's
is super easy. I could get a 2-liter.
I you know. I don't know.
At least I'm recycling them now, but
Yeah,
it's better, but it's
Yeah.
still not great.
never been one for sodas because I was
I
never brought up with it.
I would completely dehydrate without them.
And my kids it was seltzer or fizzy. Well, never, and to this day, neither one of them are soda people.
Can we hit the next topic, because this is my favorite one.
Next
Which
one,
one?
what are we doing?
Beehives.
Oh!
This is my
I
favorite.
saw
one.
something, and I want to read about it, but it's called rentable beehives. All the buzz as they bolster pollinators. This is from Minnesota.
Rentable backyard beehives.
Minnesota pollinators have it tough right now. The Department of Natural Resources says habitat loss, pesticides, and
Yep.
climate change
Pesticide is the big one.
have contributed to the drastic decline in population. But now that spring is in full bloom and our gardens are picking up steam, some people are turning their backyards into bee havens. At Ames Farm in Watertown, Minnesota, it's the buzz of bees that keeps beekeeper Brian Fredrickson buzzing day after day. When the sun comes up at 5:30 or 6, I know there's something to do. He not only has a honey business, but also rents out and maintains dozens of backyard hives around the metro, spreading his passion for building bee lands. We can pretty much pet them. So what they do, apparently they bring the hive, and then they come and visit the homes and make some honey off the property, teach them about bees. Last year he had a family in Wayzata in a wooded area on one of the bays and made 120 pounds of honey on their property.
Dragon Dance is perfect.
A beehive
Oh,
is on my
she would
list.
be
She's already
so
said it.
good.
Perfect.
I would love to have a beehive. Like that's I'm allergic to bees, but I've never been stung because as well in the last 20 years because I respect them.
Exactly.
We get a ton of them out front
Yeah.
on our palm trees when they're doing their
Oh, yes.
thing. But then I don't know where they go, and obviously there's nowhere around here really anymore.
Wildflowers and those our snow that we call it. Those ground flowers. That's what keeps bees going when there's nothing else.
Mm-hmm. We would
Yeah.
would love to have a beehive.
Yeah, my friend Spirit Drums he was a beekeeper and they just opened and started the bees again. They've already duplicated. They said that they've got a labyrinth.
They've already
and
doubled?
it's yes, and they planted all kinds of, but they bought the setup and
Nice.
two they have a queen that they bought and was shipped live, and then worker bees, and they just went to town, and they're huge amounts of honey and stuff.
Can you imagine making mead with the honey that you grew yourself in your backyard?
Because this is going to be wildflower. This
I'd be
is
drunk all the time.
local honey, and
Just to be drunk burning it.
they said that you know, if you're allergic, especially if you have allergies,
Mhm.
it is best to have a little bit of honey from local areas because they use pollen from local stuff, and you get used to it, and
Yeah.
And this
Yeah.
program said,
you
know,
get the beeswax, and you get the propolis. It's,
I would love to do that.
there in
You could do
Minnesota, it cost about $1,200 to rent the hive or the bees and everything, but somebody maintains it for you. And it said a lot of people that do it end up becoming beekeepers.
Wade is a beekeeper.
Wade is?
Yeah.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
cool.
I would
did
love
not
to
know
do it.
that.
I'm not scared of bees myself. I'm a little scared of them for the dogs. Not
You
VG,
could have
Lexi, when we had her, we had a flowering pear tree, and of course all the pears kind of dropped. And then, you know, in Virginia it was soupy ground, so it fermented. You could smell the alcohol in the
Right,
backyard.
right. Hey,
But Lexi, our old Samoy, went out and stuck her nose in one and got a little treat, and her nose tripled its size
yeah,
because she got stung. And so that makes you a little nervous, but
that's
yeah. And
Yeah,
Paranormal was
that's
talking about
a-
her kids being afraid of bees. Like I was actually never afraid of them as
no.
a kid. I got stung.
They don't hurt because they die, and
They'd much
bees
rather
are
not.
all female. The drones are their own purpose is to fertilize the queen. After that job is done, they may come back to the hive, but the worker bees will kill them. They'll go, you're out of here. So they're all female.
Well, my big thing was always, I've been stung a couple times as a kid, never had an issue. But then I went like 10 years and never got stung. Then I got stung in the arm and I went right into anaphylaxis and couldn't breathe, and that was not fun. But I don't even know
But
now.
you carry,
I have EpiPen here. Yeah,
Yeah.
I carry it with me still.
and you have the protective gear, and
Yeah.
well,
But I'm not as afraid. Like I'm not afraid of being stung. Like they're really like right here. This palm tree right here gets
Yeah.
the most.
oh yeah,
And we'll walk by and there's at least 50, 60, 70 bees out here in this corner.
they won't
They
hurt
don't
you.
bother me.
I've noticed and maybe it's our connections. Maybe they know because they are connected too, but they don't harm. Their job is to feed the queen, so the queen can produce eggs that will make more bees, and that's their whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Without bees,
Or I think the whole world would probably collapse
it
completely.
would, yeah, they are huge pollinators. Huge pollinators.
I would love to get to the point where we can get a lot of these things and stuff sustainably. Like, we're never going to grow it in our yard, like the plants that we want and all the things that we need. But getting it, just having the capability of, I remember with my grandmother when I grew up in Chesapeake, Virginia, out in the country part of that city, in the middle of the woods, really. And we would drive like the 20 minutes over to my uncle's house to get corn and tomatoes and cucumbers, and then another 30 minutes to somebody else's house to get okra and
Yeah.
some other different types of corn and some
Yeah.
peppers. And then we'd go to and we would we would do that. We would leave some of our uncle's corn at the Pepper's house and some of the Pepper's close to his house.
That's what
And-
we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. And then
it
so we
was
would
the
be eating for like
community
a
doing
whole.
it.
That's our weeks of vegetables right there.
Yeah.
You know, we made.
And it was
all our food
seasonal,
from it.
and what we got from it is.
I want to do that, so I got a pepper plant, and then I just let all the peppers stay on there until they rotted away and the plant died.
Well, that's your commitment. Your commitment.
Thanks
your
for pointing that out. My lack thereof.
Yeah. Well,
Can you grab me another AW?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
We can change that,
Disposable?
Thank you.
and even with the dogs eating and
that's-
stuff, we
that's-
can change.
I
that.
want to start working on getting some plants that I can do. I have two problems. Number one, inside the cats get them, outside the dogs get them. So I've
Right.
got to figure out how to get them high enough where they can't be bothered. Number two is I have a personal issue I've got to work through of I would like to be able to figure out something that can be done year round.
Bromeliads.
Like switching them out. You know what I mean?
Bro-
Like
well, yeah,
do
or
corn
you,
and
or
tomatoes in season, but then switch them out with something
Okay,
else that's
corn
in season.
won't grow down here.
Yeah.
at all. So you gotta get with
Thank you.
what's sustainable here, and in the season. Our season is from the end of October to about now. Anything beyond that, peppers will go on in pots.
Everything else too hot?
It's too hot, humidity. They will tolerate hot because you can water them, but humidity, not.
They just mold up.
It's just that
Let's get a
the
beehive.
leaves. Unless you have tropical oregano. Or tropical oregano. I have some. Victor gave me.
Yeah, we had some
I got
too.
it from my
Hey,
son's
Melvin!
garden.
Am I late to the party to welcome Melvin? Hey,
No.
Melvin.
Hi, Melvin.
But each again, here we are going back to what our land is. Where are we in our land?
Yeah.
What can we do? And we can do a lot. We really can do a lot. Like guava and
Thank you. Sorry. That's why you know why I like a lot of
do that.
yours.
You don't have to do that. They'll go screaming loud.
That's why you know I like a lot of yours,
Stop it,
Melvin.
Just talk.
I'm
He's
highly
making a point.
criticized.
No, it's just when you do that, and well, hopefully it's not too bad for him. But generally, when you do that lean in, the way we have the microphone set up, they're going to hear.
Thank you, Melvin.
That's
talk
a,
normal.
that's a really good microphone. Because I noticed that last night when you were speaking. You were.
That's a different one. This
Oh,
is-
well,
this is
okay.
the- this-
This is the
Yeah.
here and that's there because it was crystal clear.
And this one's really good. It's just I'm watching because it has its meter on it, and when he leans forward to talk to it, it goes right into the red, and then our thing up there goes into the red, and it maxes it out. So on the other end, I don't have the opportunity to adjust it like we do when we edit the videos.
So bees, yes, we need to keep that in mind.
I agree.
I would
Bees.
love to do that. That would be so cool.
Bees, where we at now?
I don't want to do news topic 2 unless we have to. If you have something specific you want to discuss. And go to
No.
topic 3 and then come back to it if you want. But I don't want to end on that
News
either.
topic. All I have to say is, and I've been getting this loud and clear from all my magical outlets. It's time for us to be together and ramp up. That's what I'm getting loud and clear.
I like that.
Yeah.
Because the problem for me is
Well, Finn,
there's just so much
Finn,
anger and
that's
frustration,
so
and
hard. Do
you
I
know,
get to-
we get some issues all the time, right? We will hear stuff or things that happen even at work, but the fact that this most recent shooting occurred, and then at work we started getting these huge allegations. It's like, what's happening? Why is everybody so angry and frustrated? And why are they so angry and frustrated over that kind of thing? And then I think, is it really mental illness that's the issue with
No.
these kids? And I'm like, it's not. I don't think it's mental illness. I mean, it is. There's a mental illness aspect to it, of course.
It's
But
also
there's-
built into family. And
Yeah, there's so much
others.
more that we're missing because that reaction just shouldn't be happening.
No.
Like
Um,
I don't want to say that being racist or prejudiced is a mental illness. It is.
It is.
It's in part of it, but most people learn that from somebody. It doesn't come out of being
Exactly.
a mental illness or being schizophrenic or being depressed. It's taught, and then it gets mixed in with your mental illness, and that becomes the problem.
I just feel to my heart that
don't understand it.
It's this old man patriarchal structure that we know about. Yeah, we agree.
Hey,
hey guys.
nothing there.
That we were warned about in the Mabinogi and all that is just flexing because it's failing.
Yeah.
And they are like, how do you keep this going? Well, by fear, because that's all they know.
Yeah.
So
It's just-
we, on the other part, have to counteract that. And we have to say, no, we're not feared of you. We are going to step up. There was I shared a good article. It's on Facebook from my dear friend John Beckett. It's worth a really good read because he comes out and says exactly what we're talking about now.
I've
And
got
it
a
says
laundry
for
list.
us to step up, ramp up, and speak and do. It's a good it's like yay. John Beckett.
I've got a long
book,
list
his
you
book
posted.
is really good too.
I've got a long list of things you posted that I need to follow up on.
You know, I'm
He's
all
an amazing
for
person.
guns. I like
Oh,
shooting them, but I'm for the people that should have them to have them.
my dad trained me or taught me how to shoot. We used to go skeet shooting. I lived on the harbor, Huntington Harbor, on Long Island, and it was vast. And we had this little machine that would throw up the skeets. So it was a 410 shotgun I used. But I was maybe 9, about that.
Wow.
And so I learned, and then going
I mean, I was that age
upstate,
too when we learned. Younger.
around all the hunters, and that. But there was an ethic and a code to it, and we didn't have military rifles because to a hunter, you could have a good bow, a compound bow, or you would have a rifle, but it was a hunting rifle. It wasn't something that could shoot for the sake of shooting and kill mass quantities. It wasn't about that. It was more about, and most of the hunters I know would get their X amount lotted, and they would use every goddamn bit of that.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's respect. So no, I'm not against guns. I am against military weapons because they don't belong here.
All right.
They really don't. And that's a multi-million-dollar thing. And maybe that's enough said on it all, because that's bringing us into which we don't want.
Well, I mean, it's an important topic to talk about what gets us to the point. So for me, it doesn't even matter anymore about access to guns, because no matter what we do at this point, access will not stop. It will not end in the United States. That's not going to change. So it's almost like a moot point to me to talk about anymore.
But there's no control, and that's
yeah.
That's the issue. I mean, we have controls.
Like, I'm not giving up. I would not give up my gun because I enjoy it.
Right.
The ones that I have, and some
Right.
people would consider them military style, but they're not. People are confused, I think, to a degree about. I'm sorry, Ma. She's driving me
Paranormal
nuts.
Witch, you have to let us know when you're going to go take it, because if we have your permission, we'd like to
We
send
will
some good
hold
energy.
you.
Yeah,
Yes,
for your test.
absolutely.
For her GED.
Yeah. You will fly, as I said the last time. Just know that you will. You've worked. If you've worked it, don't hold the fear that, I maybe not. Don't. That's a shadow.
Yes.
Getting back to the shadow. Don't allow that shadow. You're going to do great. Because you have a lot more potentials to go when this is done.
And Melvin, I'm glad you're doing a little better.
Oh, God.
And things are looking up again.
Not right in my ear, Ma.
Oh, there was another thing. Can I talk about the solar panels real quick, or you want me to wait?
Yeah, you can talk about solar panel, but before you do that, yeah, you can do that.
No, it's real short and quick. So soon, and I think it's going to start in California, customers will be able to get solar-powered product lines through IKEA.
Wow.
So I don't know exactly what
Go
they will
IKEA,
be.
but how much money are they making on it?
Right.
Whatever. But, do
I'm feeling stressed. Tina's yelling at me because I won't pick her up. I picked
Oh,
Mom.
Tina, I'll pick you
Well,
up.
Ma wanted to come up. She was asking me, but she wouldn't allow me to pick her up. So
Yeah,
and I don't know where Iris is. Iris is usually right
I
on.
sleep on the couch now.
Yeah.
Tina, come here. I'm gonna put this in the kitchen and I'm gonna pick you up. Yes. Come on, man.
From a perspective of yes, doing better with mental health, absolutely. I mean, there's no doubt there. But I almost want to say we need to do better with social health. You
Yes.
know, it's not just the mental disorders or mental issues. It's social health, and that's where I kind of run about, because when you look at these things that are racially motivated, it's that social aspect that is what's magnifying, you know, everything else. And it's dogs, and that stresses, you know, the person's psyche. Or they feel a certain way, they've been guided wrong, and they are not capable of adjusting or seeing somebody else's side. It's a lot like what I kind of mentioned and brought up last night. One of the points is trying to be less of polarities and more about a slide. And now you want to get down because everybody's going and doing stuff. These dogs are using me. There's Iris.
Tina.
But yeah, so I mean, I think that's one of those things that just really has to be talked about and processed, is how we're working through those things and managing things. I can't formulate a complete sentence. I've been interrupted way too many times. So I can't figure out what my point was originally. So we'll come back to that. Yes, IKEA and solar panels. Once you get some, Melvin, let us know if they're good. We appreciate that. I have a hard time focusing and completing topics with the dogs barking constantly, so I have to wait.
I will put them in the back.
No, I don't think we need to do that. Wait, why is he barking like that? Finn! Hush it! Turn off the alarm, buddy. Let's see if he runs for me. What are you doing? Hey, kitty! You're hungry.
Tina said she likes solar panels. Say hi, everybody. I'm Tina.
I can't think with your screeching.
He's
Bubba?
quiet usually when you pick him up.
Yeah, but now Ma's digging in my leg, and my leg is
What's
sore
that
and
I'm talking
red.
about? What? He's protecting the house. You know BG.
Yeah, he's mad because somebody went into his bathroom. It's my bathrooms.
I have never been in an IKEA, and I think it's because they say you have to buy all the components separately and figure out how to put it up, and that terrifies me. To think about having to buy everything separately and figure out how to put it together.
That is hilarious.
Come on, buddy. Don't you start.
They all feed off of each other.
Hey, Tina. You want to go to the back? You want to go in the back room?
Oh, I can't take close anymore.
I swear, these guys. Solar panels at IKEA can be quite interesting.
We don't have one.
No, we all got one.
Except Ma.
Mom wants to come up
Come here,
too,
Ma.
but I can't.
VG, you won't fit.
Oh, yes.
Oh, goodness.
Mom.
Bon appetit.
You done?
No.
That's really, I think, the majority of the topics.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
We done finished?
Yeah.
Signed, sealed, and delivered?
I think we've hit the majority of it. We're an hour and 45 in. So we are going to, I think, do a little bit of a tarot. If anybody
Oh,
wants to
yeah.
pull.
Oh, yeah.
VG. What I meant to say, and it just came back to me from a while back, Melvin mentioned the tablecloth. I'm assuming you're talking about the one right in front of us that is underneath our table here. But Yeah, somebody is not safe with fire and burned a hole in it and my table, and has still not replaced.
Who is that?
Wasn't VG.
I was doing, so let me explain. I was doing some candle magic for a friend whose mother was very ill, and in the process of that, the tablecloth caught fire. So that's what happened to the tablecloth. So would you like it replaced something similar to this?
Same.
The same. Well, you'll have to give me this. The ISBN.
You're gonna have to figure it out. And it's not a book, so it doesn't have an ISBN. Lord of mercy, help us.
Is it the star
It is.
with the Triskel on the center?
And it's got all the
yeah,
colors
that's
representing
and the knot.
nodding.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go Celtic for that one.
Yeah.
Marilyn.
This
Do
was
you
one of the
remember
first ones
where
I
you got
bought, specifically for this table.
You remember where you purchased it from?
Where do you think?
Amazonian?
Yeah. I know Amazon's not local, but at least I try to buy made in USA. Because with my job, I just don't have time to kind of be present with all those things. All right, so if anybody else, if you guys want to pull from just one deck, that's fine.
What is this deck?
Or if you want to pull from any deck that's in the room, you certainly can.
Cards of Destiny?
Yeah.
So I also have the Moonology.
I can't keep up with you.
So the
and your
Moonology.
damn decks. I've got like this list going down.
We're working on reorganizing our tarot and where they're going to be and where they're at, and all of our books. We have over 250 decks and over 300 books that we're trying to catalog and put together. And I'm really pushing to get a couple more chairs in here and tell people, I really mean it on Sunday, if you want to come over and be in the background, not even listen to us and read a book while you're here, just come over here and sit in a chair and read a book.
Can listen to us too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to come over here just because I love the company. And the dogs and this, that, and the other. They're very different than my cats.
I'm about to ban my first person out of the chat.
Thank you, Melvin.
I'm just kidding. I would never do
So
that.
are we pulling for wisdom
You would
for
if
the
you
week?
got, but none of the people in the chat are
Local?
well of that
No.
way that would need banning.
No.
He's being funny.
I'm being
'cause
funny because
Melvin
he's telling me
took
not
up
to
for me.
complain, and Melvin's supporting him, burning my property stuffs.
Oh. Well, to say that, we have got to work on your control fire issues.
That is true.
Because you are fire. I mean, even dragons told me when I was making your dragon. Fire was like,
This dude's
not
screwed up.
today.
Water dragon.
Not water. Yeah,
We
not
need to-
today.
We need to be able to
It's-
extinguish properly first.
We have to learn to understand fire.
Oh.
That is funny.
So are we just
Never,
asking for the week?
never, Melvin.
Or-
No, we're asking chat
Oh.
first if chat would like a read. If you do, we're each going to pull a card for you. If anybody wants to read, so it'll be a 3-card. We've got 3 decks that we're actually in use. It looks like right now. I don't know. Are you going to use that one, Joy, or do you want?
I don't
I don't know.
understand it yet.
I gotta look at it.
But it's a neat. The Folk Cards of Destiny is a neat older deck based on cartomancy, and I've got to research and see what the spreads and the cards mean.
Kinda.
Well, you know what cartomancy is, right?
No.
All of it.
Oh, all of this.
Yeah, cartomancy is what you
It's
call
the
divination with
right-
cards.
Yeah, the right
So
of
that's
ways
tarot and oracle and folk cards, all those systems. So that's neat. It just means it's not based on like a specific system.
Right,
It
and
looks
it
very
doesn't.
Lenormand.
And it doesn't have, you know.
8 of raspberry lipsticks.
Oh, sure. Dragon Dancer. Of course.
Absolutely. So Dragon
Jibber.
Dancer is the first request.
Do you have a question or just to see what's coming up?
2 of.
Of course.
All right, and then Paranoid. We need to get a
PW in the house.
P-dubs. But yeah, any deck in here, well, any deck really is not. There's no deck off limits, I guess I should say.
As long Miss Paranormal Witch, as long as you think of me once in a while as you drive down Townies Boulevard, Galloway, or Oates Drive. Just think of me when you go down those roads.
Where is she at?
Think of me fondly.
She's close to where I grew up in Texas.
She Texas.
Yeah.
Tejas.
Yeah, this is gonna take some
Some workings.
just to understand what the suits are.
General.
All right, so are you gonna use that deck, Brad? Or are you gonna grab something else? It's just happened to be here. Because I don't want to
see.
start until you are decided on using that deck or not.
Let me see.
I think it's a good one to use, considering we're always in.
We got
the
a
moon?
new
Oh
moon
yeah,
coming
it
up,
was
sure.
a beautiful deck the last time.
Sure.
It was kind of spot on.
Okay. Yeah, we can all pull. Oh, let me get it. Joy, do you want a different deck to use? Do you like the Tarot of
I got the
Abyss,
Iris.
or-
There's
For her
Iris.
part?
What do you want? What do you want? What do you?
Do you have a
suppose you
dragon
want?
deck? I just feel called to use a dragon deck
She
with
does- he
dragon
does.
dancer.
So we do-
Or
You have D.H. Conway dragons? You do, I know. Or another dragons. Because you weren't allowed to do.
Right? I'm not allowed to do fire, so that has to be you.
Yeah.
Because
Huh, no, that's coming from the dragon.
I literally cannot control it. So I got to learn how to work with it. Yeah.
You understand Earth, and you understand. You got water, but you don't understand. And air, you're so airy. You are so da 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 da.
8 different types of dragon decks, but I brought the 2.
Ask
This is
Dragon
DJ
Dancer
Conway's.
which one.
And Lucy
Ooh.
Cavendish is the Oracle of the Dragon Fae.
So
Oh
which,
yes, let's do that.
That one?
so
Yes.
that
These
would
are
be from
gorgeous.
Miss Joy.
Yes, 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 yes.
I think it's good to have a well-rounded read.
I also had the Earth Dragons and the Plant Dragon Oracle, which is really cute, but we've used that one quite a bit.
I don't know this one, so this looks.
It's really pretty.
And if it's Dragon Fae, yeah, we got it. We got
It's an
it.
Oracle too.
So which
It's
one are
an
you using?
oracle.
Abyss?
I'm using Tarot of the Abyss.
This?
Wow,
What
these are the
does-
pictures. This is amazing. Cool. Okay. I'm doing a one-handed shuffle. Okay, these are
Oh yeah, I
outside.
liked it.
These are.
Paranormal Witch, and I've got to read the ones you sent yesterday. It was very good. I love Lady Rose. I got to look it up. Lady Rose 819. Is that right?
Yes, you did that the last time. I do.
On
believe.
Instagram, that is Paranormal Witch's blog. She writes about a lot of cool freaking topics. And Melvin at Unexplained Possibilities on YouTube. He's got the best energy of can't say of people I've met because I haven't met him, but anyone I've come
Doesn't
in
matter.
contact
You
with.
have met him.
I've met him through electronic connection and
It's electronic.
Universe.
It's electronic. How do you think your nerves can talk to each other?
and unexplained
I
possibilities.
just read an article about
Anytime
the
you
heart
can follow and catch a video
and
or
pushing
podcast
blood.
by him, it's just awesome.
Mhm.
They're all good, and the energy you just can't beat it.
Have
What
these
does-
been used in a while?
No.
What does
Okay,
Dragon
can-
need to know?
Would you smudge at them these?
I have
I
some.
can.
I can go get them. Yes. Let me get my card for Dragon, and I will go get it.
What are you getting?
Some smudging.
I was gonna throw some smoke on the charcoal.
Okay. There's
I
my.
have Palo Santo,
Oh, cool. All right. Well, that'll be good.
and I feel like that's the way to go right now
Yeah.
Palo Santo.
with my wood chips.
And I do have my card. Do you want me to wait?
Yes.
I will wait.
All right, let's get these.
I don't know what
smoked.
these are anyway. I have to look all these up. An oracle
We're
card.
asking all the elements and the gods and goddesses that are around us, surrounding us, to help whisk away upon the smoke of Palo Santo all this energy, good or bad, that doesn't belong here.
Lots
These
of
are
cards.
It
Lots of
smells
cards.
really
Yeah,
good,
would you
bless 'em.
shuffle those ones? I
Mhm.
did, but I am doing that one hand because Miss
Iris.
Iris is kind of she's
So,
just sleeping.
the smoke is gonna carry away all the negative energy and all the things that don't belong. I love that. Watch that column pull up.
And it does smell absolutely brilliant.
And the only thing that is going to be left behind
Isis.
is
Oh,
what is
thank
good.
you.
Isis and Medusa.
Thank you for this. Thank you.
Hey, baby boy. Girl. Oh, I'm sorry to call you a boy. You're a girl. You're beautiful.
Yes, she should.
You okay? I get them.
Whoa, do we have a bunch of drops?
All of them.
Oh.
I went to get.
Okay, then we won't. Well, we won't worry about the jumpers and if
Well,
half
I've
the
been.
deck.
Ooh, that's a hard for me. I've been to a couple cards. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Well, they are starting to shuffle.
Okay.
That's good.
Ooh, I got them good.
Don't look at them.
Give 'em another- Who, me?
Shuffle them.
I am gonna look at them. I damaged some of them.
Don't ever point your wand at someone. Joy
See?
taught me
Look
that.
at that.
Oh yeah,
Don't
yeah.
ever point your wand.
I'm a Virgo. It has to be
We'll point
perfect.
it to
But
the-
we're
And
gonna
I absolutely love
re-cleanse.
that one. By the way,
You know.
we have to make one.
Yeah.
We have to go to the water.
I've got so two pieces of wood I found in my travels that are ready for
I
wands.
feel like
I've
everything's washed out on here.
because it's just a webcam. It's not a super great camera.
Okay, I've got a dragon.
All right,
It's lovely.
there we re-cleansed and did some shuffles.
Okay, we did.
Sorry for the delay on all that. Dragon Dance, we're going to start with a general for you. Paranormal, we're going to hit you second. So let us know if you have a question or want a general read, and we will each pull a card for you. But again,
Okay.
starting with Heather.
Dragon. Okay. Heather. All right. No, that's not the top card.
Brooke, you coming?
Yes.
This is.
All right.
Oh, that's the one? Oh. I'll
Okay,
be the shower.
okay, Heather.
It's yours.
Heather, this is and I will even pronounce it as it is. Idregagoch.
You want me to go show
Yes.
it? Oh, Idre. I can't say it. You can't.
The Green Lady.
The
Did you see it?
Yes, the Green Lady. That's
Oh,
what I'm just going to
sweet.
stick with that part.
This is the first card drawn by
That's for you,
Lady
Heather.
Joy.
Look at the picture, Heather. It's very close to your persona. Now.
Iris is like, I'm not moving.
I know. She's. What number is that, by the way?
No, it's a chosen one. Oh, number 14.
Thank you. I like this deck.
I hadn't really used that one very much.
Okay, well, you're gonna. If I say I like, you're gonna have to just put it on your account and just.
Yes. Yes.
The Green Lady. Ich means the drach is drag, koch is green, and it is Welsh, actually. I hereby declare the future of the planet and its green spaces over which I preside are in your hands. Okay, my sister, Earthchild, yes, your hands. Do not deny or defy this, as you have within you all that is needed to create a better place for us all. Women is calling at you, I know. I ask you take a look around at the wild things of your environment. You are within your environment. to purposely and purposefully bring the birth of the green world again. With each breath out and each breath in, the forest and you keeping breathing together. Can you not see the perfection of this? Please understand, there is no matter or how small your part is. Dancer, this just fits you where you're at, to you, to a damn goddamn T, and universe speaking. Who am I of the secret forest of the heart? Know that every small planting you take and make will bring birth to more beings. Your land is bringing that to you. This is like a spot on for you.
She said many spirits are telling her that.
Yeah, I am within each forest and its heart, and my heart grows lighter, and you plant the seeds of my forest future. Undertake to create more of the green world today. Keep it up, girl, keep it up. And know that you and I are one. Though our origins may vastly separate in time and space, we are one. We live as one and know as one. I love you and will remember you. And tell your tale to my kin. Did we not just talk about that?
Yeah.
So we can all peacefully together again. You are so precious. You are beloved. Bam.
That's a really pretty.
Oh, I love this deck.
That is
This is
awesome.
I just did a brief scan through. This is me, my trads.
Oh. Would you like to do yours? or me?
Yours, okay, next.
I'll do mine next since you.
Okay.
Oh, you pulled yours. I didn't
You
realize you
pulled
did.
yours.
I didn't see
Yeah.
that you pulled it.
Oh yeah, but
Well,
that's okay.
well,
Doesn't matter.
You pulled it.
Unless you want to hold my card for me. Okay, this is the Moonology Oracle deck, and it is Bring Love into the Situation, New Moon and Aquarius. Let's see if I can read. I'm still getting used to these contacts. Aquarius is all about progress and modernity. So this is the time to move forward. The new moon in Aquarius card means no looking back. Change is on its way and it could come quickly. Whether you get the change you want depends both on whether you believe you can have it and how much you're relying on others to bring it to you. This card comes with the suggestion that you may need to do things independently on your own. But be loving, not too pragmatic. Time may be of the essence when this card comes up. Aquarius energy has an electric feel to it. Certainly, there is a sense that you need to let go of the past and move towards your future as soon as possible. Attune to the moon. Explore the idea that it's not what you know, but whom you know. Some additional meanings: you need to be more detached from this situation. Thinking outside the box will bring the solution. More pragmatism is called for. Improve your karma by doing some charitable work. The teaching. Aquarius is the sign of invention, modern advances in technology, and humanity. Its energy is a little brittle, it's individual, scientific even, and relatively emotionally detached. Many people think Aquarius is a water sign because the Aquarius symbol is the water bearer. But it's actually an air sign and is far more about intellect rather than emotional water signs. As this card, no matter when you draw it, dropping convention works well with this energy. I don't know if that means anything to you, but bring love
What
into
did
the
you
situation.
put on? You put on the Eschatifada.
No, that's sage.
Oh, it smells good. What did you get?
That's a good idea, though.
No, it's not.
You want to cleanse a deck? That'll cleanse the
You
deck.
will, yeah.
Oh, asatafasha.
That'll make everything jump off the
That's
deck.
for titties. I like
Just made
your
me snort.
ways in that.
Did you get your card, Mister?
Yeah, I've had it out. All right.
Okay, I will take up and present.
So, my draw was the King of Swords, actually from the Terror of the Abyss, which is
Ooh.
very interesting. So, traditionally,
Wow, we got
traditionally, yeah.
this, and then.
But it's really good because that means that those things that you're working on or doing in that space are clear. Like there's no, hey, Brooke, just for the record,
There it goes.
if you take the card and you kind of do like that, it sometimes helps.
Oh, that's
um,
better. Maybe a little.
There you go.
But the King of Swords really talks about, well, you know, being clear, and everything is acute. It's highly intellectual, even though it's on a spiritual basis, right? So, to me, whenever a King of Swords shows up, it means that whatever you're thinking of, especially in a general sense right now, it's the right thing, it's the positive thing, it's the go thing, it's the clear picture ahead of exactly what's going on. You don't need anybody to clear anything up for you. It's just a lot of things that are happening at one time. But they're already clear. They're already in front of you. They already make sense. Nobody needs to explain anything to you. Things are going exactly as they are supposed to. And the King of Swords, either yourself or the king that's in your life, is helping keep those things clear and in front of you, and you're walking with a purpose for sure.
That's good for Heather.
What are you doing?
No.
My part. So that is a 3-card read for Dragon Dancer.
And Paranormal Witch has a specific question.
All
Okay,
right.
question.
What's that question? What you got? Tell
What's
us
the
and we'll
question?
draw some cards. Do you love it?
No.
I do.
You've loved me like this for
I,
just
you know,
32
that's-
years.
I'll
Yes.
keep doing that. I love that.
See, you take
That's
the,
the effervescence of Brad, and I love that. So it's
Thank you.
just
That's-
like I always think
Well, I
when
will
I'm
tell
like,
you.
that's the leprechaun.
It
Part
is.
of-
Hey,
That's
so where's Patrick? Have you given Patrick a offering lately?
Oh, we need to do that.
No, I need to.
Yes, you do.
Where is
you
he?
do.
He's
He's sitting with
Yeah.
with
He's
Um,
with the
because
spirits.
the Patrick too is a little bit more
Mature.
Yes.
I get that totally from him. He's definitely.
Yes.
He
I
still
know
likes fun.
Oh,
He
yeah.
likes fun,
He's more
but
complicated.
he's more complicated. He's sneakier, I think. Whereas the other one would just come out and
Yeah.
flop off or jump off. But oh, let's see. She said, "Would I met someone special one day?" Ooh, let me see. I've got to
This is
get it.
love.
Okay, I need to get. Let me see what deck I shall use for this.
And in my experience using tarot is
You're more doing pendulum work for that, actually.
Pendulum.
we'll see if we get any yes cards out of the tarot.
Because
Pendulum.
tarot usually goes like, it's up to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there are a couple of cards that I feel are specific guesses, twos, depending on whether they're upright or not, and I read reversals.
And who is this asking?
This is Paranormal Witch.
Paranormal. What you have to define very clearly what you want.
And then Mode It Be.
And then mote it be. Define really, really clearly. Not coming from ego or shadow on this. Is it a good friend that you need? Is this be very clear?
What kind of special?
Yeah. Really, really clear.
What kind
Because
of
the cards
special?
will oftentimes give you a whoop ass.
So maybe the question to answer is, how do you convince your mom to stop bugging you about it? Because she says her mom's bugging her about it. Do you need somebody?
Her mom has none of her mom's business, and that's going to be the whoop ass.
Look at the card I pulled.
Can you get some smoke going? I need to cleanse these.
I can.
What'd you get? This is more complicated than
Joy Sage says
Yeah.
hi. You hear me?
Sage says hello.
From Dragon.
Yes.
Oh, we have some good things coming, and Heather will tell you about that.
I'm going
soon.
to use my Whispers of Lord Ganesh oracles.
Ooh,
I felt that these
that's
were
a-
appropriate
that's a-
for her.
Your smoke is going.
All right, but I haven't used them in a while, so I'm gonna
okay.
clear off any residual energy from these.
Good job.
That smells so good. I don't think there's a better smell than herb, sage, anything.
I'm with you on that.
Oh. Clear off any residual energy, and we'll be ready to ask. Paranormal witch. All right. Let's go.
So she's talking about love interest. That's clarified.
Your mom's bugging you. Special one day. Let's see what it says. Will she meet someone special? Usually the question is, when you meet him, will you know it and will you give him a chance? Right?
So what I gotta
'Cause
say,
you'll-
you gotta be really
Yeah.
careful when you're asking about relationships.
Usually the question is, when you meet that right person, will you recognize it and will you give them a
And
chance?
this is,
Or
that's her next deck.
do you have preconceived ideas about what
Oh,
what that
I
perfect
just said-
person is?
That's on my list.
Versus what universe is
you can
going to
have that one. I
send
just
you
bought another copy of it.
that will
Are
be
you?
It's the first use of it.
good for you.
You. Okay.
I feel like I'm
That's the
like
next
the
change.
tarot whisperer.
When's your birthday, Paranormal Witch? I can connect to you from Texas because we've been places that each other have been.
Right.
So that's how I'm connecting to you. But when's your birthday? Your mom doesn't want you to be slow. Oh, be
Alone.
alone.
And that's fair.
That's fair. That's a good thing. A normal
But
mom thing.
okay. Paranormal.
Alone doesn't have to be
She,
11.
does she have the kid? She's got the children.
I think I got
She
to
does
pull
have
the.
children,
This
yeah.
was a jumper.
Okay, she's
Young
not
children.
alone. You are not
Right.
alone.
Why do I keep? What is
In
this?
your time, paranormal.
Getting all these
in your
cards that are
time.
jumping for her.
Do not allow anyone else to govern your sovereignty in this. It's really important in your time. And I gotta say, when all is ready, there will be.
Well,
So I'm going to read my card first this time.
Go ahead.
Because I pulled the Ten of Pentacles, and so the Ten of Pentacles is going to give you an answer to your
Yes.
question.
Yes.
The thing is, like Joy said, it's not a matter of is, it's really a matter of are you going to be able to see the signs of what happens. And according to the tarot, yes, you will. Because your Ten of Pentacles is kind of like your... it's usually wealth, like your financial success and process, but it also represents family, right? Your pentacles, your hearth, your home. And the Ten of Pentacles is the culmination of all of the hard work that you've done in your home and your hearth, and it says your hearth will be abundant. So the Ten of Pentacles says, yes, your hearth will be abundant, but remember, the abundant family, like we've just mentioned, could just be your kids, the family that you currently have, the people that you have already that are in place in your life. And that might be something you want to stay hyper-focused on. I do not have anything in the card in the Ten of Pentacles that says romantic. Just that you will be fulfilled within your family. As that's what the Ten of Pentacles generally represents. So I would say can't answer yes or no, but that you will feel fulfilled in your family. So if that requirement means that there has to be a spouse or a love interest that's very, in your home, then that will happen for you. Now, like we all have said, the next step is, if that presents it to you because you have free will, are you going to accept?
Are you ready?
Somebody
Did you pull?
I've got 3, 2 jumpers and one I pulled. And I want to show.
Oh, can you show mine too? I forgot to show it.
Oh,
Just show it. I already talked it through though.
Okay.
So that's the 10 of Pentacles from the Abyss. Again, representation.
This is spot on too.
I like those cards.
I don't think you can see it with me.
You sure?
Yeah.
Cause this is the
You're going to have as many decks as I have eventually.
So,
I don't have
pulled.
the room left.
Well,
I don't.
I wanted to use the Whispers of Lord
I
Ganesha
still
Oracle
use
deck.
the Enchanted Forest.
Do you want me to hold those for you so you can
for
talk
this
in the mic grab?
question. Sure. And actually, I had 2 jumpers and I pulled one.
You need to tell the jumpers too.
So the first 2 are jumpers, and the first one is 13, Understanding. While he's showing the card, I'll read about it.
Okay.
Clear vision is the gift of seeing with not only your physical eyes, but also with your spiritual eyes.
Wanna go down?
The Eye of Ganesha symbolizes the state of grace that is reached through your willingness to do your spiritual work in this lifetime.
Good girl.
As you focus on your life lessons, you reclaim the true meaning of your being. You have the talent and determination to continue on this course before you. The eye holds the key to your higher consciousness and your gift of awareness. Look for the deeper meaning in ordinary experiences. Work on being more observant. This goes with my question. Are you going to be able to recognize the person when you see them? Remember to live in balance with your physical and spiritual bodies. Take time to look at your current circumstances from a different perspective. Free yourself from limiting thoughts and beliefs. You are receiving an opportunity to move beyond your past. Accept that the fear from the past, and even as you move forward, serves a greater purpose. Imagine yourself soaring above this current situation and gaining a greater perspective. It is your ability to rise above the conditions that will benefit you and assist you in flourishing. Ganesha asks that you give yourself permission to be free in order to attain the joy that your heart desires. So, this was a jumper, so I had to pull it. It's what the universe had to say.
Number 29.
And I think that if you have to think about it differently and not focus on that finding someone, you're doing the right things. I know. You're working on yourself and some personal goals. And I think through that process, you are going to or have already met the person. But the question is it, are you going to recognize that? Or do you have, a preset idea of who that person is? So don't miss out on him or her, whatever. Don't miss out on the person. Listen to your heart. So the second card that was a jumper is card 29, Positive Outlook. How you feel depends on your own mental attitude. Okay? The many faces of Ganesha reflect how you feel about the different aspects of your life. Spirituality, health, finances, relationship, and emotional well-being. It is important to remember that circumstances are not good or bad, but always neutral. It is how you approach the situation that will determine your outcome. If you choose to see something as depressing, it will be. If you choose to see it as encouraging, it will be. Your mind determines how your day will go. Your state of mind has influence over your body, your relationships, your emotional well-being, and how you view your finances. Every day, you are so careful when considering what you will eat during that day. You have an opportunity to be just as discerning when it comes to how you think.
Ooh.
You can conquer your moods, no matter how bad a mood you seem to be in. Make up your mind that you are not going to be controlled by your moods anymore. If you do find yourself in a low disposition, take a moment to acknowledge what brought this up for you. Take positive action to shift back to happiness or being positive.
For the Fay Garden.
Did you show that one already?
Yep, that's
Yes.
one I've been holding up for
Yep.
that.
Life is a mystery, yeah. So those two first ones were jumpers. Again, kind of like shift your thinking. It's not a thing to focus on, I don't think. I think it's saying that you're already doing work in your life on other things. You're taking care of your kids. You're working on your education, and just be careful. The question is not will you meet someone special, but will you know it when it happens.
It's so hard to hold these right.
I know. What's that one? The last one.
Guidance 33.
33. So this is the card I actually pulled that didn't jump from the universe. Guidance. Oh, this is a long one, so I apologize. But
Paraphrase.
Yes,
okay.
Paraphrase.
They're getting tired of me reading the whole thing. Okay. Guidance is all
Sorry.
about learning to communicate with your soul and discovering and manifesting your purpose. Ganesha is worshipped and adored by the Trimurthas, or the Trinity of Hinduism, which is made up of Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma. The story goes that during the period of dissolution, the water and wind were demolished and the earth evaporated. Vishnu, Brahma, and Shiva wandered the earth to determine what was causing the dissolution. The gods discovered a huge aura of light where Ganesha was enshrined. The Trimurthas immediately bowed to Ganesha in reverence and began to worship and praise him. They requested that Ganesha bless them. Ganesha entrusted the gods with 3 separate duties. Vishnu is the preserver, Shiva is the destroyer, and Brahma is the creator. And I will summarize. Rely on your intuition and your inner knowledge rather than your intelligence or conscious mind. Watch for synchronicities and opportunities. An opportunity could be a special person, just saying. Trust your instincts and pay attention as your messages can turn up from a variety of sources. Be attentive to your dreams. You may want to keep a dream journal. Synchronicities are likely
We talked
now.
about that a few days.
It is possible that a pleasant surprise will be coming your way soon in regard to your work. This could even be a new job opportunity. I know you were looking for that recently. The gods Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma may represent the different male energy in your life. Engage in the energy of men in your life or in the energy of the Trimurthas to assist you with the task at hand. So, I'm not getting a yes or a no, and I don't think that's what I'm getting. This is all about work that you're doing, but what I did get from these cards about someone special is, yeah, it's very possible you may have already met them. You're going to have somebody special in your life, but just like this guidance said, pay attention to your intuition.
Here you go. This is going to be the slam dunk.
Look, she's telling me long too. Well, I'm sorry, I give the information.
Here. Slam dunk this. Give this. And I will quickly paraphrase.
Okay, I'll take this up there. And now we have your last card.
Slam dunk.
Miss Paranormal
And while he
Witch.
hands that, it's the blue lady. And nothing is impossible. Nothing. Those who tell you now that what you want for, wish for, this is what is yours, that road you take is too hard, too difficult, too challenging. This is for you, not for you, for yours is not the adventure of the dream. Yours is the compromise and the slow heartbreak. Keep doing what you're doing, sister. Do it. I am here to tell you they are wrong. Do not be angry. They are speaking from the voice of others. You have to do what you need to do for you. Do not fall into illusion. Their resistance will grow stronger, and be prepared. Strength is what is with you. It is fed and supported for you. It will grow, seemingly impossible, and it will be real. Nothing is impossible. Work your dreams, sister. Now you have a chance of coming true. Most of all, the chance is to be truly yourself. And that's what I said in the beginning. You need to be yourself first. When you love self, all love will come to you. Do it. You got this.
Oh, I love that.
I love that part.
Be yourself. Follow the dream and listen to your own clear, calm inner voice. Be guided to do the impossible now. Finish that test you're going to do.
Finish
That
your
is
test.
going to open many, many doors and many aspirations that you're working on. Continue. And that's what that says. that's the
love it.
slam dunk on that.
And while you're working,
In a nutshell.
if there is if there is a job opportunity that may come up while you're taking your test, you know, you come out of the center and you see a job posting, or you have a thought in your head to apply somewhere, listen to
Look.
it.
Follow
Through
it.
signs.
Follow it.
Yes.
Follow it.
If somebody, as you're coming out of the testing center, or when you go to apply to a job, asks you to go for a cup of coffee, do it. If it feels right, do it. That may be your other part you're looking for.
Yeah, you'll get the job and the person.
You might get the job and the person. Just don't date your boss.
But make sure the person or this
Tried
is
that
what
before.
you want and not what others want for you. You have to do what
Right.
you want for you, because your children are following suit in this. There's more to that. It's what you want. It's
Mhm.
totally what you are gearing towards in this time, in this lifetime, in your sovereignty. Done.
Absolutely.
I got off.
I love it. That was a really good pull. I enjoyed doing the reads this way.
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
too.
This is
We're gonna have to pull in like everybody
It's different
else.
energy.
Get some
Yeah.
fun.
Different people.
but
When's Victor gonna come over?
Victor, you have to.
And
you
Gary.
have to.
I don't know if
you
Gary will
have to-
read, but I don't know if he'll pull
you,
cards,
you
but he
need
can
to
participate.
invite them.
Yeah. Would
You
they
need-
come, you think?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we tell them constantly that they have to come, and it's open invitation. But I think we need to actually
We need to actually
You
tell
need
them
to-
Sunday come.
Yes.
this
Yeah.
Sunday come. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Good point.
They're
Good point, all the way
they're
around.
old school on that, and I do believe we need to send Victor and Gary a little bit of love.
Love.
and energy, because he's.
Well, look, new moon is the right time to do
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh God, we have so much to do this morning.
Do we wanna
Jesus.
read
We're,
it? end?
yep, we're ready to end. We're gonna close out this.
Thank you, Melvin.
I love the organic process of this. I really enjoyed going through our topics as much as we
Yep.
get off topic, but that's how it's going to be. You can put us on and just leave it playing in the background while you're
Circle
cleaning.
around.
Doing
Yeah.
laundry.
No offense to Melvin, but if 50% of the time I'm listening to Melvin, I'm either in a vehicle, like driving,
Right.
or listening while I'm actually cleaning on Friday afternoons, or or whatever the case, because that's you can.
Yeah.
And I've learned a lot, so from just
Yeah.
everybody. So I really enjoy you guys coming in and hanging out on a Sunday afternoon. You don't have to do that. If you like it, give us some ideas too. If there's other things you want to see or hear. And
Doesn't want to
again, we are also we're never going to specifically. I'm very, very, very desirous to blow out that candle right now. I have a snuffer right over there.
Ooh.
But yeah, so
Iron fingers.
we really want to get into having people on who want to share their thoughts and ideas, and One thing we're not going to do is we're not going to have, what do you call them? The guests. Like, we're not going to have guests on.
Scheduled guests.
Yeah, scheduled guests.
Yeah.
I was getting there. Like people that we're interviewing. That's for Malice Experience. For this, it's open. If you want to come in, we are going to work on getting that set up so that you can do so. And we'll bring you in via Discord. You can just kind of hang out and chat with us and the same stuff. We're going
think
to
that's fabulous.
pull you in, yeah.
You know, because Heather.
Like if Heather, Heather, if
she's got so much to offer.
We're not super close, but we're close enough to where if you want to come
Sister
over,
of heart, bring it on. Your
it's hard
knowledge is amazing.
It would be hard, I would assume, with kids and everything to get out and do all that stuff. So, I mean, if you want to hop in while we're doing this, we'll pull you up on the cell phone on Discord and sit it right here and you can chat.
Yeah, we need to. Yes.
To bring that energy in. That. So that's the goal. I truly enjoy listening to Melvin yapping. So just for the record, we all love you, man. That's fun stuff.
We do love Melvin.
Paranormal, our mod, thank you for coming in and thank you for taking point. Just remember, you do not have any. We're not gonna do like these responsibility lists and stuff. If you can't make it, sometimes you can't make it. That is perfectly fine. We appreciate what you're doing for us and coming in here. Dragon Dancer, you've been with us almost every week now for last couple weeks, maybe even since we started. So I appreciate that. You really are
probably
right in there and involved. And we want to hear what you've got too to offer. So feel free. And I know there's other people in here that maybe aren't chatting, so thank you for coming in and visiting.
And don't forget to check out Unexplained Possibilities on YouTube. Lady Rose 819 on Instagram. And who's your guy that you do your show with, podcast with?
Who's your guy? Really? I can't answer it now that you said it that way. And then, of course, the Malice Experience every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Where we get way off topic but have a good time.
Yes.
Which is basically the story of my life.
Y'all got that energy.
You do.
This is more.
Yes, you do. You do have that. Yes. Yes. That is.
So it's been really fun with y'all this week.
Great observation, but I concur.
Well, he is the oil to my water. So. I like people have noticed and have commented on how we argue back and forth so much, and we do. And I like that. It keeps us paying attention. So, but anyway, any last words?
No.
Stay safe this week.
Feel the force.
Take care of
Go
yourself.
forth and be safe.
Be
I
good
do
to
have one
yourselves. Be good to yourselves.
Be good to yourselves is a really good one, but I do have one more to add, and I'm always gonna. Just. We're coming up on Memorial Day, right? And we're coming up on also 4th of July and all these other ones where fireworks are a big part of it.
I hate fireworks.
Please, I have to be honest, I love fireworks. I love the percussion sound, but as an adult, that's not more important to me than the animals, fear, and all that stuff. So if you can celebrate without it, celebrate without it.
A lot of military folks that have come back who it sure does trigger some nasties.
Yeah,
so.
and it's more important. Like I love fireworks. I love that percussive sound and the boom for me.
Yeah.
But that's not more important than not having that and celebrating in a different way when you can. So just take that into account. Nobody's going to tell you what you can and can't do, and nobody's, at least from my perspective, we're not going to say how dare you do it. But if you can find other ways to celebrate, that would be very great.
Yep.
So
Japan has silent fireworks.
Drones, right? Isn't that where the drones?
we have drone fireworks now, which are really, really cool. So, but anyway, that's it for this week. We will be back next week, same time, same bad channel. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Letha will not be. Have a good new moon.
All right.
You might do because it's right in between. We would have had Friday